Late Ron. Late Ron. The chat, for those who are not watching live, the chat has been spamming Late Ron for the last 10 minutes. And I thought I was going to get away with no L hosts because I was thinking, oh, we'll only be a couple minutes late. Up until the 5 minutes passed, we were chilling, and then we started getting L host, and then we just started getting absolute Ron hate in the chat, and I'm here for it. Late Ron and Wait Ron is the best. Yo, we got a special guest today. We got Young Mustard in the building. Young Mustard, what's good, bro?
What's good, man? What's good? Appreciate y'all for having me on.
Yeah, appreciate you coming on. So it's funny because I want to say last week, is that when I reached out? Probably last week?
Yeah, I believe so. Or a couple weeks ago, something like that. Mustard
reached out months ago. And I mean like damn near a year ago. It was nasty. But I was going through our DMs, and if you don't know, there are like it's like restricted or whatever it's called. There's like a folder in your DMs, message requests. That's what it's called. And I hardly check that stuff. I'll like check it every once in a while because I'm like, oh, what's in here? And usually it's like spam stuff, like bots and stuff. And for some reason, his DM got filed away in that folder, which makes no sense. But nonetheless, we made it work out. So
yeah, we did. We made it work.
Sorry for taking so long, but appreciate you being here. Who watches Mustard in the chat? Let me know right now. I want y'all to put ones in the chat or something. Let me know who all watches Mustard. For those that don't know, Mustard, you do a lot of things. But for one, you do NBA content on Young Mustard on YouTube. You're a journalist as well?
Yeah. I'm in school. I'm about to graduate next fall. I major in sports journalism. I help cover like my school's team, like the UH basketball team. We're gonna win this year. We top 5. So, March Madness is in Houston. I try to cover some stuff. Like I have an internship with ESPN, like their Houston branch as well. So just trying to graduate and make my way up further in the ladder.
That's fire, bro.
No doubt.
That's fire.
Early congratulations on graduating, brother.
For sure.
I know, man. I'm just ready to be done.
Shout out to HK Woods. He re-upped his membership, Players Choice YouTube membership, before the show even started. Have you guys been watching Last Chance U? Season 2, by the way. No?
No.
What? Did you watch season 1?
No.
Bro, what is wrong with you guys? All right, so...
got kids ready.
Watch it with them. What? What do you mean? So
I watch a Copeland and Gracie's Corner, stuff like that.
Okay, I got you. So, I mean, I breezed through it in like 2 or 3 days, and it's a really good series. So that for those that don't know, it follows a JUCO in LA, East Los Angeles College, I believe, ELAC, East Los Angeles, and they are usually, I think, since like 2012 or 2013, they've been like really good in LA amongst the JUCOs. And they started, like, I want to say the year before or the year during when COVID just started breaking out, when they started filming it. And it's funny because I'm bringing this up only for the fact of the edits that these kids get. Bro, if you put a camera on me when I was in junior college, I'd be the most hated person in America, probably. They'd be like, this kid is annoying. This kid is such a piece of shit. So I feel bad for some of the edits that these kids get because you get such a small glimpse and, like it's a lot of reactionary stuff. And, bro, these kids are emotional, man. When you wear your heart on your sleeve and, like, basketball is your passion and you're just not getting the minutes or whatever it is, you get a little upset. So I hope nobody's judging these kids on this documentary for the short glimpse that you get to look at in their lives. But it is really good. If you haven't watched it, you should go watch it. So can't believe you guys haven't watched it. What the hell is wrong with you?
What is it on? Is it on like Netflix or something?
I've heard of Last Chance U, but I've never watched it.
Yeah,
it's on Netflix, right?
Yeah, and I have like a, I guess, kind of emotional attachment to it, being going through community college, so I understand those struggles of not getting playing time at this level and like wanting to get to that next level, like D2, D1, whatever. I was never going to be D1 mentally at that time. I thought I could go D1. My coaches definitely had to knock me off that pedestal more than once, bring me back down to reality. I probably could have played at like a small D2 school, but bro, my mentality was just not there in JUCO. So make sure you guys get your mental straight when you guys are playing at that next level, man. You can't let that small shit affect you.
That's a fact, Eddie. That's a fact.
So if I could give a word of advice to any of the student athletes out there. Shout out to our sponsor of today's show, Lucra. If you have not checked out the Lucra app, make sure you go to the link in the description below. Use code Players Choice when you sign up. You get $10 when you sign up, I believe, and then an extra $5 when you use code Players Choice. So go check that out. Bro, let's get into this. I want to kick things off with the Suns and Mercury have been sold.
Oh, did they?
Wow. Have you guys seen the dollar figure?
I knew somebody was trying to get him for like $3 billion. Like, but I think that was like some of those overseas, some guys from not Abu Dhabi. Dubai. I think some guys from Dubai were trying to sell Dubai for like $3 billion.
So you're very close, off by $1 billion.
So close.
Just
so
$1 billion. So Matt, bro, I'm gonna butcher his last name. Matt Ishbia. He bought it for $4 billion. What was? Yeah, bought it for $4 billion.
That's a record amount, man.
Bro, the cool thing, though, is that this dude was a walk-on at Michigan State, and he went to 3 straight Final Fours and then ended up winning a national championship in 2000.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Fire. So that's dope. That I'm glad that this guy is the one to finalize the purchase of the Suns and the Mercury. 4 Bs, bro. What are you doing with $4 billion?
You think it's
whatever you want?
Buying the Phoenix Suns of the Mercury?
Y'all doing whatever the hell you want.
I was gonna ask, do y'all think it's like a real punishment that like he was able to sell the team and he got this much money?
I think so. I think so because I mean he was already he's already rich. He's gonna keep getting richer. I think it's a punishment just to not be in the league. Like it's it's like a club, like getting kicked out of country club. Mm-hmm. I personally would be like, okay, yeah, this is good to pacify me. Like I got all this money, but I already had bread, so I would rather own my team and be rich than just be a little more rich and not have a team. That's my personal take on it. But
yeah, I feel that.
Mars, what are you doing with $4 billion besides buying the Suns and the Mercury?
Paying for some more stats. I want to be the stat king. That's what I want to be.
We have a clip coming out, unless it already posted. I forget what time that was coming out. But Chill got on your head about Iverson, Harden, and you using stats to.
Oh yeah, that clip's already out. Yeah,
okay,
that just got
just from yesterday.
Yeah,
this is
got edited with the quickness.
Wow.
Mars, that was one of the best reactions.
I mean, Iverson is better than Harden, though.
Oh my Jesus!
Here we go. 3 shows in a row. Are we here?
I'm happy we got a young brother on the show with some sense today.
It's not. I'm just capping. Harden's better. Come on, man.
Thanks.
We all
know damn.
He knows, bro. He knows.
Harden is better. That's not even a debate. Come on, man.
Well, so much for that shit. So much for what I just said.
So, Mustard, what is it then when people want to say that Iverson is better than Harden?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. I think Allen Iverson is like someone like he really connected with a lot of people. Like he has a diehard fan base, because he was something different. He brought like a different personality to the NBA. Like the way he dressed. Like his flashiness. He brought drip to the league and all that. And he was a great player. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to deny Allen Iverson's great, top 50 player of all time. Great player, MVP. But James Harden was just better. There are a lot of players that did what he did and did it better and played better than him. And it was hard to play around him. Like it actually is really hard to have him as a teammate sometimes. Like he doesn't play he's not good on defense. He'd be ball hogging sometimes. He'd be taking bad shots. It's really hard. And the time he had the most success is when they put a bunch of defenders around him and he was in a weak East. That East was trash. It was not a good East. You know what I'm saying? So, but people gonna overlook that because he was rocking cornrows. He was wearing jerseys to the game. He was cool. Like he had a lot of drip. He was a cool guy. But like, let's be honest. Like he's not better than James Harden. I don't know how you can see both of them play and think that Allen Iverson's a better player than James Harden. It doesn't make sense.
I liked what you said when you did say that Iverson's still a great player, top 50, whatever. Both can be true. Like Harden can be better than Iverson, but Iverson can still be a great basketball player. I don't know why people think that when you draw these comparisons and say someone is better than someone, it just automatically means the other player is trash.
It's because they don't like that player, probably. People probably hate on James Harden.
Oh, there's a lot
people
of
definitely hate on James Harden.
Yeah, people be hating on James Harden
for sure.
Has he not earned some of that hate, or is it just blind hate?
I mean, I'm not a big James Harden guy, so I'm not going to deny that for sure. But he's still better than Allen Iverson. That's still facts.
Quan Johnson, JD's better than James Harden. Let's go.
No.
Yesterday I was watching the panel and before I came on like the last 30 minutes, and I was just in the chat just writing down all the people I'm taking over James Harden.
Oh man,
how many is it?
I did it for quite some time, and I was just getting warmed up, JD.
Oh, so you haven't even
he has some nonsense.
Nah, getting warmed up is crazy. I can't lie.
I was just getting warmed up, JD.
You haven't finished that list?
Oh no, I'll probably be able to do this until my next birthday in October.
Could you give us like a where he might end up on this?
I don't know. I just can't call it because every day I wake up and remember like, oh, I forgot about this guy.
Can you write him down?
Yeah, these like guys that played back in like 05, like 03. Got to remember like in those days, I was like 12, 13. So I'm just remembering cats like.
Okay, so I actually really like this. If you actually have started this list and you've been writing down, if you can continue doing this every day until you get to James Harden and then bring that on the next show once you finish this list so we can see it, take a picture of it and send it to me.
And I'm not even doing players in the league right now. So these are all players that are out the league.
Oh man,
you haven't even gotten to the guys who are still playing.
Haven't even got to Jaylen Brown yet.
Okay, Bobby, that's nuts.
Okay, come on, let's not do that. Come on.
They don't necessarily have to be what the general public calls better, but they're players that I would rather have at that position than James Harden. I would say that.
So this list isn't
say Kyle Korver. It's gonna be bad,
right?
I'm not. I never. Kyle Korver never made the list. None of those guys. But there's a couple of guys that you're gonna be very shocked by, JD.
So now this list is who you would rather have over James Harden, not who is the better player.
I mean, better in some facets of the game, but to me, you got to play both sides of the ball. That's a big thing.
So how do you look at like Steph Curry then, or like Luka and those kind of guys?
He hates Luka.
I don't got much love for Luka. I got some love for Steph, but it's more so. I mean, guys like that, like Steph, I can't deny how impactful he is on the court. He's one of those guys that even when he doesn't have the ball, he's affecting the defense because you have to respect him everywhere he is. And 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 with that being said, Steph plays better defense than James Harden, which isn't hard to do. That's not saying much, but I prefer cats that play both sides of the ball. But if you were just a bum on offense and play defense, then I'm not gonna put you above James Harden. I'm not gonna disrespect the guy's game.
Okay.
Ooh,
I think it would just
see,
depend on the player.
look, big rule. Bobby, he said Bobby got Doug Christie over Harden. I bet. See, I didn't even get the Doug.
Yeah,
Oh man,
I didn't even get the Doug.
Oh, come on.
not do that. Come on, man.
I don't think I'm gonna do that, but I'll sit down for 5 seconds and think about it.
Oh my God, Bobby. Aramis Jones, Mustard and Mars Goats with the 50-piece super chat. Appreciate you. Damian Lillard passed Clyde Drexler recently as the all-time leading scorer in Portland Trailblazers history. Do you want to see the other the list of records that he holds for the Blazers? Do you guys know about this?
Clyde Drexler.
It's not championships.
These are the records that Dame holds, and no, none of them are championships, but he is the franchise record holder for points, threes, 20-point, 30-point, 40-point, 50-point, 60-point games, 5 3 games, and 10 3 games.
5 3. Oh, how many threes he made? Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
Man,
so. Where's he at now? He just got number 7 on the all-time threes list now.
Yeah, I know he's in the top 10. I don't know where he is.
I mean, dang, man. Glad to see, he's solidifying himself as a trailblazer for life. But I mean, it's just tough. No rings. Not hadn't even been to the finals.
Got
sad.
past the second round one time. Yeah.
Still great though. Still a great player. Just unfortunate that but I do like what they're doing. They have a good team this year. He's had good teams. Maybe one day some people get hurt, he can get there. Things happen in the NBA. Stuff does happen. You never know.
How do you feel about his he's so set in just playing out his career in Portland. He's so dedicated, so loyal to the city of Portland. He gets
so much love out here. In Portland, he's a god out here in Portland. And he's getting paid. So
yeah,
I can understand it.
I understand it for sure.
And being a part of Portland is a part of his brand, and I also think a lot of people overlook the fact that we gotta remember basketball, it is just one part of these people's lives. You know what I'm saying? He said his family is important to him. He doesn't want to just move them out of Portland. You know what I'm saying? He really loves the city and everything. I mean, hey, if he's happy there, what can I say? You know what I'm saying? If that's where you want to be, that's where you want to be. But, I'm just be honest, he's never going to win a championship there. It's just not going to happen. Yeah. I don't see that happening. But, hey.
unless somebody comes up there with him.
Yeah, it could. Maybe someone will come and join him, but the best he's had is CJ. And I like Anthony Simons, but he's not going to get it done as your number 2. You know what I'm saying? And Jeremy Grant's nice, but they're not going to get it done, I just don't see that happening in the West.
Yeah.
But who knows?
I want to see him get like a DeAndre Ayton or something. And I don't know if that tips the scales enough for him, but I want DeAndre to get out of Phoenix, and I want Dame to get a little more help.
Yeah, I don't really think Nurkic is good anymore. Don't get me wrong, he was a really good player a couple years ago, but gets hurt too much. His defense isn't good. He's not the same scorer anymore. It's time for them to move on, but they extended him. So that team clearly, they just want to keep Dame happy. That's really all it is.
Ron and I jumped off a very insane cliff, I want to say a month ago. Bobby, do you remember this cliff that we jumped off of?
About Portland?
Ron said that Nurkic might be a top 10 center today.
I like Nurkic a lot. I
like him too.
When Mustard said that, I was disagreeing, but I didn't want to get off track with the conversation. I like Nurkic a whole lot.
Nurkic is good.
When Ron said it, I was like, I'm not mad at it. Once we started naming names, I was like, well, maybe not top 10, but I wasn't mad at it.
I mean, people say top 10 and stuff, but they say without it's off the cuff. You just think he's that caliber, but then you start listing people and you realize it's a bit crazy. Same.
But what
The league is just talented, so it's hard to say that now.
Right.
But you got to look at that list though. When you look at the list, it's probably like, okay, there's the top 4 or 5 centers who are they're there. They're the top 5. But then you got everything from like probably 9 to 13. It's kind of like interchangeable. It's like on any given night. On any given night, he can play better than Vucevic or Valanciunas or guys like that. So I think and that goes for all positions. Like besides the top 3 or 4, I think a lot of those guys are interchangeable on any given night. So I would say Nurkic is a top 10 center, but on some nights he might be 12, 13. On some nights he might be 7, 8.
So I want to start giving you some names. I mean, this is what we did when we brought this up, but hey, we're here, brought it up. Why not go over it again? So we got Jokic, Embiid. Those are pretty unanimous. Anthony Davis, of course. Rudy Gobert, Bam.
DeAndre Ayton as well, I think, is better.
Ayton for sure. Sabonis.
Of course, we got
Bob.
That's like 7 names, right?
You got Robert Williams,
Jared Allen,
Jared Allen.
There's a lot.
So
more.
It's a lot more than you
and
realize.
I'm not gonna lie. Even this year, I would take Miles Turner over him this year as well. Miles Turner is playing really well in Indiana right now.
Yeah, he is playing.
Nurkic is one of those.
Take him over him.
Nurkic is one of those bigs you can really drop the ball down to. Nowadays, there's a lot of bigs that are more so like lob threats or more so for their defense or impacting the rebounding. And Nurkic cleans up the glass fairly well. I would like him to offensive rebound a little more. But on the offensive end, he can post up in that high post and be effective. He can post up deep on the block, mid block, and he has some post moves. He has nice footwork. I like that in the big man nowadays that still catches the ball back to the basket and go to work. And I think Nurkic is very underrated in his ability to do that because he catches the ball. He can catch the ball, open up and face the rim and go to work, or he can play with his back to the basket. A lot of bigs nowadays are just like one fat, not multi-dimensional. They only got one way. Like for instance, Rudy Gobert, I always show Rudy Gobert love, but he's not a guy that you can just dump the ball down to. Like Robert
Gobert's still a better player though than him.
Well, I won't deny that Rudy might have more of an impact than him, but that's not saying much. I think Rudy Gobert impacts the game more than most bigs do. So that's not saying much. I like Rudy, but
he's better than most bigs though. He is better than most bigs.
Yeah. But and a lot of it is because a lot of cats they like how I'm saying about you can't really dump the ball down to Rudy, so people just discredit him. But Rudy affects the game in a lot of ways. Cleaning up the offensive glass. He's a crazy lob threat. Guys like Mitchell Robinson and Robert Williams, who I like a whole lot, they're kind of the same way. They're kind of the same way. You're not going to drop the ball down on the block to them. And nowadays in the style of NBA, I guess that's not as important as I think it is, but.
I think it just depends.
I value that.
If you're like a Joel Embiid or a Jokic, I can give you consistent post touches like that, where over and over, because you dominate so much in the post. You know what I'm saying? Joel Embiid can do it all. You know what I'm saying? Except play, he's not like the best playmaker, but Jokic, he can really do everything on offense. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just give him the ball, he can do everything for you. So, but like Nurkic, don't get me wrong, Nurkic is nice. Like he's not bad. But like his defense is not good anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, and as a scorer, like he's not the same that he used to be. He used to be a lot better, in my opinion. I think he used to be a lot better before the injury and everything. But that's another thing. He's always getting hurt. That's a big problem with him as well. Can't stay healthy to save his life.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I see a lot of Brook Lopez.
I was just gonna say, chat is spamming Brook Lopez.
I was gonna say Brook Lopez. I was just waiting for the time to.
You know what? And a lot of people gonna hate me for this, but Brook Lopez, besides Jokic, might be the most complete center. He might be the most complete center.
What's that mean?
I mean,
both sides. You're talking about both sides of the ball.
Yeah, as far as being able to do everything, like. Obviously, Joel. Joel is obviously. I'm not trying to discredit him, but I think. I can't think of anything Brook Lopez can't do, except for take you off the dribble, which I don't really care if he can do that or not. He doesn't really need to do that.
Brook Lopez is really nice. I like Brook. He's better than Nurkic for sure.
I mean, people forget like Brook Lopez has legitimate post game. He just doesn't get to use it a lot next to Giannis. But when Giannis goes to the bench, they like you could argue they run the offense through Brook in the post, and like he's still dominant down there.
Brook,
it just depends on what I think it depends on the matchup too, because when you face a lot of these undersized players, when they have like Giannis and Brook Lopez, you know, sometimes you put like an undersized power forward on either, or they can just abuse the matchup. So sometimes you know you want to put that on Brook, but he has a post game. You know, he can go to work if you give him the ball down low.
I love it when they have all three of them out there together. When they have Giannis, Bobby, and Brook together, and they just bullying at whoever they're playing.
Yeah, they ran that against Golden State like last week.
Bobby, your such big man bias is crazy.
Because people trying to get the big man out the league, and you know, just because they want to sell tickets, it's not cute enough for people, and I'm just not with the vanity shit. You know, I want to see some real basketball. I grew up. What's up?
I was gonna say what's crazy is that Brook Lopez could potentially win Defensive Player of the Year this year.
And man, at his old age too. That's
right.
That's
nice.
Is he like what's? Has there been any polls? Like, what's the poll saying?
I mean, the rankings. I'm sure he was number one last I checked. But like with the Bucks being like one of the best defenses, I think they're number one in the league. Either them or this. I think it's them or
Cleveland. I think it's them or Cleveland.
Defensive player ladder. Let's see.
It's Cleveland number one.
I know Brook leads the league in blocks, and he's just going crazy right now at the rim.
This one is updated. This is NBA.com as of the 13th.
They're second in defensive rating, and they're fourth in opponents' points per game. So they're doing good.
Brook Lopez number one. OG Anunoby number two. I saw. Speaking of OG Anunoby, I saw something recently, and it was like one of those quotes. It was like, like anonymous NBA exec or something like that, you know. And it was talking about how OG Anunoby, don't be surprised if he ends up getting traded, that the trade package is something similar to like that of a Donovan Mitchell.
OG Anunoby is extremely underrated. I don't know if he's going to get that much in a trade, but he's extremely underrated.
They probably have to move him with like other pieces to get like something like that.
Yeah, like
Scotty Barnes.
Chris Boucher. They're not moving Scotty. Scotty's not going nowhere.
Man, I would have moved Scotty last year. I can't lie.
That would have been the worst move possible. Scotty's
I would have moved him for KD. To be honest.
So last year, what you saw, you could have predicted that might be like kind of his. I don't know, like just not sustainable for him.
You're talking about this offseason, right?
It's not even that. I like Scotty. He's. I think he has a future, but like, he struggles at scoring the ball in a lot of different ways. Like, he's not a great shooter. He's not a great like shot creator. They have a lot of other guys. Siakam is really, really hooping right now and giving him a lot of good buckets and good looks. But he's not a great offensive player. He's a good passer and stuff, but KD he's a superstar. You know what you're getting out of KD. There's no assurance that Scotty Barnes is going to become a superstar. There's no assurance of that.
That's the thing right there. What I was going to get to about JD when you said about like my big man bias. I got the superstar bias too. Like, you know, they don't need a superstar necessarily if you got 3 or 4 all-stars that play good basketball together. You know, like Scotty Barnes, you're right, he's not KD as far as just going straight to work, but like a guy like Scotty in systems like Toronto, Miami, maybe even the Spurs when they get a little more talent, those are places that's perfect for Scotty Barnes. Like he does everything on the court. He's not a knockdown shooter by no stretch of the imagination. You don't really got to worry about getting ISO'd, and you know, but he'll get you buckets. He just needs to be around other guys like Pascal and whatnot. But I understand why they didn't try to pull the trigger on that KD trade.
No, Bobby, you said 3 or 4 all-stars.
Well, I mean, if once Scotty takes another step forward, I think they got 3 potential all-stars in OG, Pascal, in Scotty. And then they got some pretty good pieces, you know. Obviously, Fred VanVleet, Precious, you know. They got. Don't
you think Siakam is a number 2? Like, he's good enough to be a number 2, right?
Yeah, he's not a
he's
number
definitely
one.
good enough to
He's
be a
not.
number
He's
two.
not a number one.
Yeah. So if you add KD as the number one, and you got Van Vliet there as the number three, like, isn't that enough?
They wasn't going to get KD and keep Pascal and all of them. Like they would
Nah,
have had to be in that
I think
package.
they could have. Because you got to remember, Scotty he was rookie of the year.
Yeah.
Like he was the hottest thing like that summer, like hottest young target. You could argue, and him, OG probably have to get rid of like Gary Trent and some picks or whatever. But I would have done that for KD because it's KD and he's a superstar. And you don't win without a superstar. Like we have not seen a championship won without a superstar since like maybe the Pistons, like 04.
And you could argue the Spurs in 2014.
Yeah, and even then, like, how often is that? Like, it doesn't happen often, and like, I don't think the Raptors have enough for that. They don't.
But I mean that was an interesting time in the league. Like the last decade has been a very interesting time in the league. Like, and I agree with what you just said, but it's like I think the landscape is kind of changing a little bit. Like the Warriors aren't going to continue to be as dominant as they were. LeBron's on his way out, so it's like now I think it's going to start. And it looks so as I saw right now, like the league is kind of evening back up, So I think just with the tide of things changing, I don't think that's going to always be true. And at the same time, I know everybody's definition of superstar isn't the same, but as far as talent level goes, I think there's a lot of superstars in the NBA. Maybe not international superstars where everybody knows their name. They're not all household names, but the talent there's a big talent pool in the league. I think pretty much every team except for, I don't know, maybe a couple have a guy that they can go with. The Raptors may be an exception, but I think all the way around they're a really good squad. And I think they're getting ready to probably make a move too. So you never know what they can do. But what you were saying actually about KD a minute ago, I would have made that trade if I could have just got Scotty in OG. Damn, I hate to move OG, but it's like if I could trade Scotty and OG for Kevin Durant, then yeah, I'm doing that. But I wouldn't want to. But you would have to do it. You would have to do it. But I don't think that was on the table though. I think the Nets were kind of asking for more than that. Like I think they wanted everybody.
I mean, if they asked for anything more than that, then I wouldn't do it. If there's anything like Gary Trent, you can have him. You can have those little guys and some picks. But like, if you ask for Van Vliet or Siakam, obviously, like, there's no point in doing that because you're not going to win without either of those two there on the team.
Right.
But
I think that's why they didn't pull the trigger.
Yeah, that would
for
make
the
sense,
entire Raptors roster is Heat.
The Raptors need to go after Shea.
And we saw the league. A lot of teams didn't want to get KD, like, because you have to give up so much. It's really hard to move a player like that. He's older as well and injury prone. If he wasn't injury prone as much as he's been over the last couple of years, I think he would have been traded because more security in that.
I mean, I think KD, including this year, KD got this year in a solid 2 more years of domination. Like I say a lot of things about KD on this show, but you've never heard me say he's not one of the top 3 talents in the NBA. Like you're gonna if you got KD, you got a chance, unless you run up against Al Horford.
Jawan JTMJ with the super chat. Mustard, tell him about the term tour dates.
Oh yeah, James Harden, man. He loved them tour dates, them shooters. Curry was shooting tour dates last year, and I love Curry, but sometimes some of these guys be going on brick tours. You know what I'm saying? Just missing and missing and missing. It happens sometimes, but Harden, he made that term famous. Like, I remember when Harden would go through these droughts, because like I live in Houston, like I used to watch James Harden all the time. He would have like some of the worst shooting games I've ever seen for like a stretch. It would happen sometimes in the season, but tour dates, that's what it is. If you line them all up, it looks like concert dates. So yeah.
Jalen Rose crazy for that. Hey, what about when Russ and James Harden were together doing those tour days?
Hey, Russ, that's another one. He be doing them too, no cap. Russ be having some nasty shooting games. I can't lie.
When they were together for that season, that was by far the worst basketball I've ever seen in my life.
Hey, chill out. They were actually good. They were actually good together at first, but that playoffs, that was really bad. That was really bad for Russ. I can't lie.
Shane Howard with the super chat. What's up, guys? My apologies if this is off topic, but who would be your guys' biggest what if? For example, for me, what if D Rose never got hurt? We've done this several times, but happy to do again. Appreciate the super chat, Shane. Chet Holmgren. I'm kidding.
Mine's Grant Hill. Mine's Grant Hill. I think his potential, and he was still a great player, but he just we never got to see him at maximum, like what he could have been. Like the jump shot wasn't there yet. It was just he was quicker than everybody. He was basically stronger than everybody. He was an excellent playmaker. He was like 6'8", 6'7", with that type of game. And then obviously he got hurt, and then he was able to redesign himself and become an excellent role player for those Phoenix teams. So I just think what he could have been versus what he was, like he was still so good, and he could have been so much more, but you never got to see it.
Mine is always going to be Brandon Roy from the perspective of all the like what if guys. Brandon Roy for me because he's a UW guy. Portland Trail Blazers are close, close second for me growing up because they're just right there. Being able to see him finish out a full career, I'm upset that I was robbed of that. So I would have loved to see him play out an entire career.
Oh, I mean, I'm a Bulls fan, so I love the Derrick Rose one, but for the sake, I'll probably say this is interesting. But I'll say maybe if the Pistons didn't pick Dario,
No,
I think that would have been interesting. Like if they got D Wade. Well, was D Wade available?
D Wade was available.
Second, right?
Yeah, it's darker than Melo, D Wade, and Chris Bosh were after that.
Could have got any three of those guys.
I know, man.
And
They bombed that one big time.
Penny Hardaway is another one as well. It was sad to see him not able to reach his full potential because for me, Penny Hardaway is one of the, like, just in terms of his peak, one of the best point guards I've watched.
I think Brandon Roy would be cool as well. Like if he never got injured.
As far as what ifs go, if we're not talking about just injured players, I would say like what if Chris Paul trade would have went through for the Lakers? I think that would have been fire. Or what if the refs never cheated the Kings in 2002? Any of those things.
You guys lose to the Nets.
Good shit. I would have loved to see that. We would have beat their ass though. But
What do you guys think Greg Oden would have been?
man, Greg Oden would have been nice.
I saw like something that when B. Roy Aldridge and Greg Oden played together, like they didn't play a lot, but they were like 50-5 or something crazy like that when they all played. Like that trio could have been something crazy. Coming
out of college, Greg Oden. That's crazy. Greg Oden was a beast. Like I'm trying to think of like a good comparison for him because he could shoot in the mid-range, like great post-up game.
Athletic.
Yeah.
Rim protector.
Bro, he was like, oh man, I'm trying to think of like, I feel like he could have done similar things. Maybe not to the extent of, but I'm looking at like a DeMarcus Cousins. Like he could have been, I don't know if he would have been as dominant as DeMarcus Cousins because DeMarcus Cousins was insane in Sacramento, but I can't think of like a better comparison for him because he was just so good.
I think his ceiling was higher than DeMarcus simply because defensively he was like elite. Like,
I'm looking at like
able to do that.
It's hard for me to compare him to a DeMarcus Cousins of someone who is like so dominant. Like I couldn't see Greg Oden being a dominant force like that. Like when I say dominance, I think of like Giannis, Shaq, Boogie, and Sack. But in terms of just being a great player and consistent,
I mean, I see some comparisons in the chat. Like some people are saying
Ewing,
some B, Patrick Ewing, Dwight Howard. I think is a nice comparison a little bit, but I think Greg Oden had some more like post moves than Dwight.
Yeah, I was thinking Anthony Davis, but with less perimeter game. But like he reminded me of like an Anthony Davis before Anthony Davis type thing.
Mm-hmm. That's not bad. I mean, he was in an era where it like bigs weren't really stepping out and popping threes that much yet. So, yeah, and Anthony Davis, like, from the mid-range, for sure. Leaf Diggy with Super Chat. Raptors and Bulls need trades. Kawhi is still the best two-way wing small forward of all time. Jokic may be the best passer ever. He has figured out the MVP secret.
Hey man, Jokic really might. Yeah, I think he's probably the MVP from Giannis. Probably.
Jokic can't be the MVP frontrunner just because he's not going to win. Like no matter
Hey,
the
you
one
know,
seed,
he
playing
could
great.
do it.
He's not going to go 3 in a row. They're not going to allow it to happen. They're not
You
going to
never
let
know.
Jokic be the first guy since Larry Bird to go 3 in a row. Like, no
Mars,
matter what he does.
are you implying that it's some way rigged or
I'm implying
political?
that accolades mean absolutely nothing when we're discussing these players' abilities. And Jokic, despite being to me a top 2 player in the NBA in terms of performance this season, he's not going to win the MVP. The Denver Nuggets could have gone 75-7. He could have averaged a 35-point triple double, and he wouldn't win the MVP.
No, spike it up, 50 points.
He wouldn't win it no matter what.
He's definitely getting MVP on
I'm
something
about
like
to say
that.
he'd win that. He'd win if he did that. I can't lie.
It's is it bad for business if somebody three-peats? Because do people look at it like this just isn't a competitive league if one guy can just remain on top for that long and continue to win MVPs? Like, they need some kind of narratives, and they also need to be able to argue like Jokic should have won it, blah, blah, blah.
I think
it's bad for business if the guy who keeps winning MVPs isn't winning or competing for championships. That's like if Jokic competed for championships in either of his 2 MVP seasons, I think they'd be more willing to like give it to him for a third time. But if Denver lost in the first round last season, lost in the second round his other MVP season, it's going to be hard to justify giving him a third one, even if I think he deserves it, which at this point I think he does.
I think they got to give him the benefit of the doubt last year with the injuries. I know that rarely happens, but
they ain't give Steve Nash the benefit of the doubt, and I think he was better in 07 than 06.
I mean, that was 20 years ago. You know, it's a whole different group of people in there now.
Yeah, I think Jokic. It's tough because like winning 3 straight in a row, you know, a lot of players could have probably done it, but you know they're just ruled out from the beginning of the season. But Jokic is number 1 in the West, and he has insane numbers right now. You know, he literally almost having a 25-point triple double, amazing efficiency. You know, they're number 1 in the West. But I also think, you know, a lot of other players could win it as well. Like Giannis, I think he's playing very well. The West right now it's a tussle for that first seed. You know, a lot of these guys could really get it. It's like I think it's like a game or 2 difference between like the 1 and the 4 or 5 seed. Like it's really not that much of a difference. A lot of them could get hot at any moment and get that seed. But I just think with Jokic, man, like a lot of people didn't think he should have won. Like people said Joel Embiid should have won it after he won. Because, you know, some people think Joel Embiid should have won. Giannis was up there. He beat Curry for it. He beat a lot of players that I personally think you could argue are better than him. You know, outside of Joel. Well, Joel Embiid, you can make the argument, but I think Jokic over the last couple of years has been better. But Steph Curry, I think, is better. Giannis, I think, is better. And he's beaten both of them for MVP back-to-back seasons when those players have had career years. So yeah, I think that's why a lot of people will probably look back at him not the same as Larry Bird if he were to do it, because Larry Bird was the best player in all 3 of those years. He was.
I agree.
So Jokic, you know, you could argue he isn't the best player. In my opinion, I would argue that. Some other people just don't like it, but it is what it is, man.
Yeah. I find it funny that I was calling him one of the 5 best passers ever, and I was getting hate. But now this season, it seems to be catching on that he is one of the best passers to ever play the game. So I guess I was early on that train.
And don't forget the other part of the super chat, Kawhi Leonard. Best two-way small forward. He's not though, because Scottie Pippen is, but he's right behind Scottie though.
I was gonna say I'm surprised that you
not anymore. He's not anymore. He used to be.
He used to be the best.
That defense isn't.
Well, he has been. Like if we say who was the best, you can go back and say, oh well, it was Kawhi in 18 or Kawhi in 19, Kawhi in 17.
Yeah,
that
Kawhi was this
Yeah.
Kawhi. Nah.
Well, I mean, I just said Scottie Pippen. We're not talking about this Scottie Pippen. We're talking about Scottie Pippen back in '96.
Wouldn't you say? I think LeBron would be above Scottie because if we're going two-way, LeBron
I think it would be
them
better.
on offense. LeBron clears them on offense. So two-way would imply the offense needs to be there as well. And
they both got offensive games.
Don't worry.
Not close to LeBron.
We're not gonna act like LeBron's defense has ever been exceptional. You know?
I mean, if we're going at their peak, LeBron James defense for me, you're not gonna name 5 small forwards with better defense.
When he had Shane Battier guarding everybody.
When he was in Miami,
when he was guarding Norris Cole, not Norris Cole. When he had Norris Cole and Shane Battier, who else was over there guarding everybody, and he was just roaming around.
That's wrong with that? LeBron, a lot of the best defensive players.
I'm not necessarily saying there's anything wrong with that, Mustard. I'm just saying like that happened. So we're not going to say that.
Yeah, but look at Scottie. Scottie played with Michael Jordan and Dennis Rodman and
exactly, and that's why he doesn't get the love that he deserves. But Scottie Pippen was out there guarding Charles Barkley and Sean Kemp, and then turn around guarding 2 guards. You know,
I also think the league LeBron played in had better wings than the league Scottie played in my opinion. Like you had KD, you had Kawhi, you got Giannis, you got like Paul George, you got these Steph Curry perimeter guys. Like the perimeter guys now.
LeBron ain't guarding. Wait, Mars, you're saying that LeBron James at his peak is a top 5 defender of small forward of all time.
Yes.
No, that's a lie.
Okay.
You got Kawhi Leonard, you got Scottie Pippen. I can name off. Sean Marion, I'll probably give, and then
you lost me at Sean Marion already.
I'll give you
Sean Marion.
I'll give you even then. I can still go with Bruce Bowen.
Okay.
Ron Artest.
I still don't even agree with Bruce Bowen. It's fine.
Bruce Bowen. What are we doing?
Because defense is more than guarding the ball. Defense is more than guarding the ball.
Now you just ignoring facts, Mars. Now you just ignoring facts.
If we watch the games, LeBron's a better defender than those guys. Like he's a better help defender on the ball. He's great on the ball. Acting like he can't guard dudes on the ball, he can.
I'm not saying he can't either, but I'm not just gonna sit here and just dismiss Bruce Bowen what he brings as well, especially guarding on ball. He acting like Bruce Bowen.
I said you can have Bruce Bowen. I'm just not giving you Sean Marion.
Not giving Sean Marion, that's crazy. What about Ron Artest, Mars? Are we getting Ron Artest?
Fine, you can have Ron Artest. Fine, that's 4 names.
But my thing is, you talking about what Bron could do. You saying, oh well, he could guard this person.
He did do
at his peak. The whole argument was at his peak.
If Shane Battier is guarding this person, you can't say, oh well, Shane Battier is guarding him, but Bron could guard him. That's not how it works.
But Bron was guarding. It's not only that. Bron was guarding
still better defensively.
Other stuff outside of just on-ball defense.
So LeBron James is a better defender than Shane Battier, Morris?
Yes.
All right, bro. All right. So now once again,
he is. No. Don't go on that cliff, please. No, he's better than Shane.
That's not even a cliff. That's not even a cliff. Shane Battier he was as close to a lockdown defender as he could be.
I'm not finding 5 small forwards who at their peak played better defense than LeBron James, me personally, but he didn't do it for long enough. That's why he doesn't get ranked in these all-time defensive lists.
I mean, LeBron was never really a lockdown defender, even in his time in Miami. I mean, we're just not going to sit here and lie about that. The really moment that he really had about locking somebody up was Derrick Rose, and even then, it was more just so like it was only like a few plays. It wasn't even like the whole entire game. Like you got guys who consistently their job is to go out there and lock somebody the fuck up. Sean Murray is one of those guys to lock somebody the fuck up. Bruce Bowen, lock somebody the fuck up. Ron Artest, lock somebody the fuck up.
Yo, dumb Jesus.
I'm confused. So in defense, let me ask y'all this. So in basketball, right, in defense, do you believe that like one-on-one defense is the only way you can be a great defender? Because there are guys that are not great one-on-one defenders, right?
Yeah,
but they're still amazing off ball. Giannis is not a great one-on-one defender, right?
When you say
defense, it's not just on the ball. That's
obviously not. Obviously, because if that's not all there is. But I'm asking you, Mustard, when you say off ball, do you mean like in the passing lanes? Do you mean like getting around screens?
LeBron can get in the passing lanes. He can attack weak side shot blocking. Like He's
But
great off the ball.
nobody dismisses that though. But I'm not, but to act as if the other guys doesn't have that value as well is just wrong in my
They're
opinion. 'cause
not
I
as
think
good as LeBron off the
don't.
ball though. They're
But
not.
it's extremely more difficult to be able to lock somebody up. So I'm definitely gonna value that to a higher extent. The thing that's more difficult to do.
More difficult
Giannis,
doesn't mean it's more valuable though.
But in
I
the
think
league,
it
you
is.
cannot
But
lock up.
no,
the
that's
best players.
just objectively, like, that's just wrong. It's more difficult to make a 360 up and under layup than to make a wide open three.
No, Mark.
Wide
We're
open
talking.
threes
We're
are more
talking about
valuable than
defense. We're
difficult
talking about
layups.
defense. We're talking about
Something
defense.
being more
It's
difficult doesn't
it's
mean
more
make it more
difficult.
valuable.
It's more
It doesn't.
difficult. It's more difficult for a guy to sit here and lock somebody the fuck up
I
than for a
agree,
guy
but it
to
doesn't
roam
make
the
it more
rim.
valuable.
So in my opinion, in my personal opinion, when I have a guy, when we're talking about all these greatest defenders in NBA history, and I all think that they have the capabilities of roaming around and being on the help side, they all have those capabilities. Yes.
Sure.
Yes. So I'm gonna value the guys who, as well as they could provide that level of rim protection on the help side. On the help side, I'm gonna value the guys.
He can't, but
I can value the guys who
you
can guard
let
on the
some things go.
perimeter.
But Bruce Bowen, right? He can't play help defense and off ball defense as good as LeBron. Like, he's not. And you're acting like LeBron. He's still great on the ball. Like, he still can lock up players. Like, I've seen him lock up Paul George before in a playoff game. I've seen him play great defense before. So it's not like it's impossible for him to do so. And on the best offensive players, you will not lock them up. Like, y'all talking about like these one or two examples. I can pull up examples of every great defender getting cooked. The best offensive players will cook you. There's nothing you can do about that.
You just brought up one or two examples of LeBron guarding somebody in the playoffs. Where you like how you said we just brought up one or two. That's what you just did. Bron guarding.
That's what I'm saying. The on-ball defense, like,
PG.
they're all. Even if somebody's better on the ball, I'm gonna value the guy that can do on ball, even if they're not as good. But off ball, you're elite. Like, you're an elite off ball. Giannis is a better defender than some of the best on-ball defenders because the off-ball is just more important. It's more important for that team. LeBron, it was more important. That team did not have a great big. Like, LeBron had to do a lot as far as off-ball defense, shot blocking. Like,
talking about Miami? You talking about Miami?
In Miami, he actually had a big responsibility.
Our scheme was more than just LeBron James, though. I agree with that. Dwayne Wade and LeBron James were blitzing guys. Having Shane Battier was there to help blitz guys to make up for that lack of rim protection. So it wasn't just only LeBron James making up for that. The whole team, to make it an emphasis of, we're going to lock up on the perimeter. We're going to trap guys a lot. And that's how we're going to sit here and make up for the lack of rim protection that we had. LeBron James did. And it's not to sit here and shit on LeBron. Like, LeBron does play amazing help side defense. Same way with Giannis Antetokounmpo. He plays amazing help side defense, and nobody's going to take that away from that. But we talking about the best defenders in NBA history. And I think LeBron's a great defender too. Like, I'm not even shit on LeBron. I think he's a great defender too. But we talking about the greatest guys, bro. The best guys in NBA history. There's a lot of 5 guys where I could name guarding on the perimeter. I can name 5 guys, and all determines on which you classify.
I mean, yeah, I can name 5. I can name 5 on-ball defenders at the small forward position better than LeBron, but that's just not the argument I was making. But I guess we just agreed to disagree at that point.
Don't forget Tyshawn Prince too. So let me just start it out there.
All right. I wanted to bring this up at the top of the show, but I just remembered it, and I'm going to drop the link in the chat right now to our Discord, because every month now, you guys will be voting on the Player's Choice show, host, and panelists of the month. So make sure you join the Discord if you're not already. Go in there. Go to the.
What's wrong with you?
You guys are the panelists. I mean, you guys are both also. My bad.
Don't do that.
My bad. I was like, what do you mean?
You want me to stand up?
No. Make sure you go to the Player's Choice category, the polls text channel, and go select the number that is associated with each panelist or host or show that you want to vote for every month. It is also a dynamic voting system. So maybe the first week of January, for example, you want to vote for, say, Dub as host of the month. And then by week 2 or week 3, you realize, you know what? I want to vote for Ron for whatever reason. I don't know why you would vote for Ron, but you want to vote for Ron. You change your vote, boom, and then at the end of the month, we will go see who is winning those polls, and then those will get posted. So make sure you participate in that. Yeah, it is now pinned at the top of chat, or
Mars,
if you're here after
I
the
need to
fact,
have a
it's in
conversation
the
with you.
description.
I need
Also,
to-
make sure you pay the entry fee if you have not. Make sure you like the
pay
video,
that
subscribe
damn
to the channel.
entry fee.
Pay that
Mars,
goddamn entry fee.
You were so wrong yesterday for going at Chilltown like that. 100 times wrong. And let me tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
That energy that you had, I loved that energy, and I thought that was amazing energy to have. I think you said it to the wrong person, though. Because when Chilltown was talking about, because I edited it, so I seen the whole conversation. What Chilltown was trying to get to the point where, because you brought up efficiency, and efficiency is numbers. Like it is what it is. That it's numbers. So he was trying to address that point, and then which I get it. You don't want to be classified as his numbers guy and everything like that, and I get that 100%. But Chilltown wasn't addressing everything else he said. He was just talking about the efficiency, and then you got on his ass for it. Me personally, you should have got. You need to have that energy on Ticket when he blatantly out his mouth says that you're the numbers guy. And I felt so bad for Chilltown because I knew he wasn't trying to label you as a numbers guy. He was just trying to bring up the efficiency point that you was talking about. And I felt so bad. I felt so bad for him, Mars.
I loved it.
Like that was so I felt terrible.
Mars, I'm on your side.
I'm on his side too.
I'm
on his side too for like, you feel me, like getting that off. But you got it off on the wrong person, Paul.
I'm scared of Ticket though. He intimidates me, so I can't yell at him.
Nah, you got it, dude. You gotta get on him.
Super chats. Gabi with the super chat. He would have been Joel Embiid. He's going back to the Greg Oden take.
That's my guy, man. Hey, he could have been Joel Embiid, and I agree, Go Bells. You're right.
Oh, I have two things to talk about too.
Greg Oden.
Wait, hold on. We have hella super chats. How long is this gonna be? Okay, all right. Demetrius Maxwell said, "What if Isaiah Austin, bro? I forgot about Isaiah Austin. Isaiah Austin was nice coming out of Baylor, and then he had that eye. It was the eye thing, right?
Didn't he get like an honorary draft pick? If that makes
He did, and yeah. I think he still actually
I think he still
involved.
Plays. Yeah, I think he might still play. I think. Or something like that.
He was playing in the Big Three, wasn't he?
He was.
I think he played overseas a little bit somewhere.
Yeah, you guys might be right. But man, yeah, that was a good one. Good name. Big Roan, Sabonis Senior. If he would have came over earlier,
yeah,
that's the other Greg Oden comparison.
Huge shit.
It's Poppy with the super chat. Start bench cut. Paul Millsap, Zach Randolph, Carlos Boozer. # no organic casuals. This is a good start bench cut.
That's easy, JD. Zach Randolph plays 48 minutes.
I love Zebo.
Paul Millsap, Zach Randolph. Zach Randolph and who's the third one?
Carlos Boozer. I'm starting Zach Randolph, benching
Paul Millsap.
Yeah, I think I'm benching Paul Millsap, cutting Carlos Boozer.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Yeah, I might go. I might start Paul. Bench. Oof, this is tough. Bench. And Carlos Boozer. I'm a Bulls fan. He was really good, but I'll probably start. I start Randolph maybe at his peak.
Yeah, I think we're all starting Randolph. Boozer in Utah and that little stint on Chicago was nice, so it's like I'm so torn between that.
Yeah. I'm only taking Paul Millsap at that point because he's better defensively.
Boozer had that nice.
He is better defensively. Yeah, he is.
And he could replace Draymond Green. So
I know.
That wasn't a crazy take.
Wait, Mars, you're a #1 Houston Rockets fan though, so you don't care about the Warriors anymore.
Oh yeah, of course, but back in the day when the Warriors were good,
okay.
When I was bandwagoning into them, I was.
I think I'll do Randolph, Boozer, and Millsap. I think I'll do that.
Jamal Williams, what the hell?
What happened to Big Ox Bob? What are we
Big
doing?
Ox Bob with the zap.
Oh my God! Hey, Mustard, amazing YouTube channel you got over there, bro. Happy for you,
Appreciate that, man.
To you, man. No problem. Love spreading the love, bro.
There he comes back. Hello, Bob. You zap yourself?
Bro, vanished.
Hey, and I'm tired of these what if questions and y'all say the same fucking names. Can we actually change it up?
They asked the same question. Why would we give different answers?
What would your different answer be?
I would have been like, and I said it in the comments, You know, what if CP3 never got hurt against the Rockets? How could that change everything? What
Against
if
the Warriors.
KD? Yeah. What if
Which
KD?
one say Len Bias? Right. What
Yeah.
if Len Bias didn't
What if
die?
Len Bias didn't die?
What if KD's foot wasn't on the line?
What if
Yeah.
KD's foot wasn't on
I
line? It's
know, but
actually
what
an
if?
amazing
We
one
talked
because
about that for too long. We talked about
narratives
that
would
for too
change
long.
dramatically, bro.
There we go, bro.
That is
Like
true. That is well. He might have lost to the Hawks in the conference.
People hang on to that shot for dear life, man. They hang on to that
But
shot for
listen,
dear
an
life.
inch away, bro. This whole Giannis being best player in the world thing, it would not be as accepted. These are crazy, small ass what ifs that could have changed
It
the
wouldn't be
whole
accepted
dynamic
at
of
all.
everything.
No people. The consensus wasn't have called Giannis the best in the world if they didn't see that 50 points in Game 6 in the finals.
Oh, yep,
So-
yep. You're right. You're right.
That 50 piece.
Yeah, he
Jamal
wouldn't be.
Jamal Williams with the super chat. All the top teams in each conference have similar records. It could be a lot of different guys for MVPs. I mean, there is like, I would say 6 or 7 guys who I'm looking at as like they have a strong case for MVP once the season's over.
There's
What if
four
what if
people to
what
me.
if Vlade Divac didn't tip the ball back out and just grabbed it with 2 hands on the rebound? It's
What
like,
if Greg Popovich didn't sub out Tim Duncan?
Hey,
Son,
that's a
these
big
are
one right
crazy.
there.
These are crazy. And now this is a good conversation instead of saying the same thing over and over.
Okay, jeez. Football breakdown.
What if Ray Allen missed the shot? Let's talk
Right,
about what if Ray
right.
Allen missed the shot. What?
Hey man, he made it, and LeBron he got his ring, man.
Your goat will be in shambles right now.
I mean, y'all know that was the biggest conspiracy right there that nobody talked about. And I'm telling y'all, that's what happened. Like, y'all gotta remember,
Zap.
Celtics, like y'all know, what's his name? Y'all know Pat Riley paid Ray Allen off. Like he couldn't hit the side of a barn and it said his ankle was hurt. He couldn't hit the side of a barn. Next year he's with Miami. Fuck out of here. Come on. I would never forgive Ray Allen for that. And I used to be a big Ray Allen fan. I hate Ray Allen's guts.
Come on,
Oh,
bro.
you
Fuck Ray
think
Allen.
like you agree with Rondo that he was a snake and he cost the Celtics a series in the year
Oh,
before?
I've talked to Ron about this since it happened. Like way back in 2013, I was pissed. Like you can see Ray Allen through that series, bro. Like Pat Riley gave him some good money for that. He would not. He couldn't shoot the ball out of a boat and hit water. And we talking about the best shooter of all time. And then all of a sudden he's in Miami. Come on, bro.
Damn.
Football
This is crazy.
Football breakdown. What did Bron just do against Jokic? LMAO.
Bro, let's not do that shit. I hate it when people do this, bro. You take every now and then LeBron will have times where he guards a big man pretty well. Then you act as if he could do that shit for a whole game. He can't do it. Even prime LeBron James is not going at the 5 position, playing a whole game at the 5. He's not doing it. So let's not do this, please.
Isaac Ford super chat. Mavs without Luke are the worst team in the league. No.
That's a good guess, but
I don't
about the
think
worst.
so, man.
They're terrible on the
who
road.
would be better than
They're
them?
the worst. They're the worst team on the road.
They're one of the worst without him, though. They are
For
one of the
sure,
worst.
one of the worst. But like, you think that the Spurs and the Rockets. And
Hey,
To be fair, the Spurs are trying to lose games.
don't disrespect the Rockets.
The Rockets are better than the Mavericks without Luka.
the Pistons.
Well, Jay, let me tell because
This
I
is
hate
right now, I
I hate
ain't
this
gonna lie.
narrative. I hate this narrative because it's so annoying. Last season, the same narrative was said: take Luka off the Mavericks, and then they're a bottom team. But guess what? When he got hurt, they were winning games. When he got hurt in the postseason, they were winning games.
Jalen's not
They
there
had
no
Jalen
more.
Brunson.
Jalen's
They
not
had
there no
Jalen
more.
Brunson. Yeah.
They
They
had Jalen Brunson. Yeah, they don't
Right.
they don't have a. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think Jalen Brunson makes it like brings you from one of the worst in the league.
I agree with that, but
I mean,
but they
right
were-
now
they were
they're still
facing-
not very good. They're in the play-in, like I said they would be. Like, they're
But
still
to
not
be
very good.
fair, last
I
year
think
they
it's
were
'cause they're
facing
on
the
the road,
Jazz.
though.
The Jazz, everybody
That's
be
a big
cooking the
fucking
Jazz in
game.
the playoffs, man. The Jazz they're a fake team for sure. That's the
But
Jazz.
but
were.
even in the regular season, they were still stringing along games in a row and competing
For
with
sure.
everybody.
They
Yeah, I
wouldn't
agree.
be great, but they wouldn't be the worst team in the league. That's a stretch.
Yeah, no,
But
yeah,
yeah,
that's
they would take a huge hit for sure. Isaac Ford super chat. LeBron was elite transition defender, no lockdown.
Oh, that's crazy.
Leaf Diggy. Bron and defense go together. 2 mini lapses. Bron and defense don't go together. 2 mini lapses. My bad.
I'm sorry.
I agree,
I'll
Diggy.
never-
I agree.
I'll never
That's
forgive
disrespectful,
LeBron.
though.
I'll
Come on.
never forgive LeBron
For letting
playing-
Richard Jefferson guard Kevin Durant. Yes, we know.
Richard Jefferson guard. I didn't even say that, but Richard Jefferson guarding Kevin Durant and Jason Terry just literally put him on his fucking ass in the finals. I can't unsee that. I can't unsee that. I'm sorry. I can't.
Yeah, come on, man. That's
having
one
Shane
series.
Battier guard Carmelo. You guard J.R. Smith. I mean, come on, there's more than one example.
Okay, then what about? Do y'all feel this? Hold on, time. Do y'all feel like this about Giannis as well?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I do. Unless it's like a small guard. If it's a small guard, then Drew Holiday should guard him.
So like when Giannis doesn't guard KD, like
that's well. I mean, Chris Middleton's cool, but if Giannis wants to say he's the best defender in the NBA, or we want that narrative to keep going, then he needs to check KD.
But he don't say that. He don't say that though.
But don't you think it's beneficial?
If he doesn't do it, then we need to throw that narrative out the way.
Don't you think it's beneficial? Because if you're a great offensive player, if you have a lot of responsibility, you should not always have to be guarding the best perimeter player. Not all the time. Especially if you have Shane Battier or you have all the other guys, it's better for the team for them to guard them. Like for Giannis,
y'all just said Shane Battier wasn't a good defender.
No, Shane Battier.
No one said that. I just don't think LeBron was better.
Great defender.
LeBron's better. Better.
He was a great defender.
LeBron's just a better defender than him.
That's crazy, but okay. So
and LeBron's gonna use energy to guard Kevin Durant, get tired, and that's gonna hurt the team.
And see, I was waiting for you to say that because that's my biggest thing. I hate that. Oh, he can't play defense. He's gonna get tired. We need him to score. You are a professional athlete. If you're the best defender, you need to guard him.
Bobby, you don't believe that.
I believe it. I leave that from the bottom of my heart.
Bobby, you played basketball at a high level. You should know better than a lot of people.
I've always been the best defender on my team. I've always guarded the best small forward, power forward, or center.
And what was your offensive production? You were dropping 30 a game?
No, I've never been a 30 a game type cat, but I was always a walking double. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna give you that solid 18, 16.
That's fine. Crazy, but Bobby, if you weren't working that hard on defense every night, and you had the ability to have a little extra energy on offense, how many points would you be putting up?
That had nothing to do with it. The only thing, JD, I'm gonna tell you the truth. The only thing that stopped me from that was I was a terrible free throw shooter. But I play with amazing players. Like I play with guys like Chase Tapley, Fred Ellis went to Baylor. You know, he's got Chase Tapley play with Kawhi down in at San Diego State. Those guys are the scorers, but I was a better defender. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not even talking about myself because I never played in the NBA or EuroLeague or nothing like that. But guys at those levels, these are professional athletes, bro.
Their legs still get tired. They're still humans.
Nah, man, fuck that. Quan Johnson talking about Bobby, you was trash.
I'm fine. I will make everybody in the chat. Even I will make all y'all hang your boots up. Don't bring that shit to me. Because look, real quick, Dub. Let me talk a little shit to these cats in the chat real quick. Because I remember like last year, Ron had said something to everybody like, "Oh, I'll pull up this and that." He was talking shit. I'm serious like a motherfucker. Y'all don't want to see me on no basketball court, blacktop, hardwood, anything. Yo, you can bring. I got a squad. We can run fives. We can run 1-on-1. Don't bring that shit to me though, because I'm really about that hoop shit. So don't play with me. Listen, even Kobe Bryant took some times off to sit here and get his energy up because he was doing a lot. But in Kobe's defense,
I was gonna say, there's a lot
doing that. Kobe at the same time, when the moment called for it, he would go out there and try to lock somebody up who was giving them
LeBron issues. Would too. LeBron in the clutch, LeBron will guard a Kawhi. He'll guard he got cooked by KD in the playoffs in the finals when they faced each other. Come on now.
Listen, bro,
he got cooked all the time because he had to guard him.
Hey,
I've seen too many times LeBron just be like, "Nah, bro, y'all handle that responsibility. I'll worry about other things," which is fine.
Later in his career, yes, but in Miami,
they're not going to accept it. Keep spitting, Dub.
But you want to talk about an anomaly? Like, yes, and that's an anomaly. There are guys who can do it for sure, but the masses of people who play basketball, bro, you're gonna get tired.
They're prima donnas, and they're lazy.
Okay.
I don't want to guard him.
I mean,
a lot of people don't want to guard him because they're afraid to get embarrassed, and I don't want anybody
I
to
wish
say
LeBron
that
had Michael
Paul
Jordan
George
right there.
dropped
Just
25 on my head.
guarding the best players
You know?
all the time. I wish LeBron had Michael
This
Jordan.
don't got nothing to do with Michael Jordan.
Hey,
Look,
I'm just saying I wish he
this
had
don't
those
got
guys
nothing to do
on
with
the
Michael
team.
Jordan. This is about being a dog.
Dudes. We're not doing that.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's
that's
not
what
what
he's saying.
I
He's saying
wish,
he wished LeBron had MJ who could guard the best player. And
I'm saying like Scottie Pippen right there. Scottie got MJ guarding the best guards a lot. What's wrong with that? There's not a lot of the best players do that.
Scottie was taking in matchups. Nick Anderson, Larry Johnson. Like, come on, bro. Stop it.
Look at the players you naming. Look at the players you naming. Time out. Look at the players you're naming. And then LeBron, go out there. Kawhi Leonard, Kevin Durant, Giannis, Paul George.
I understand if you don't know nothing about Larry Johnson. You can say that. You can say that.
He's not Kevin Durant. I know Larry Johnson.
You can say that you don't know who Larry Johnson is.
I've seen LeBron guard Zion. I've seen LeBron guard Zion.
You can say that you don't know nothing about Nick Anderson. I'll accept that. That's cool.
I'm not saying those guys are bums. But those are not. That's not Kawhi Leonard. That's not Kevin Durant.
Yeah, all right. Well, either way, LeBron wasn't guarding none of them.
It's a difference between guarding somebody and making the extra effort to make sure you're taking that one-on-one matchup. Like the few times that I seen LeBron do that was in 2020 against Jimmy Butler, where he was like, "Nah, I'm gonna go out my way to make sure I'm guarding this dude." Other than that, I'm not gonna hold you. I didn't see him try to take that.
So you don't think
matchup.
LeBron was guarding Paul George in Miami? He was guarding Paul George in Miami.
Yeah, he was not. I'll give him. He was guarding Paul George, but Paul George was giving him fucking buckets.
Paul George was cooking him at times. He was cooking him. I ain't gonna lie, but he was cooking him.
He was fucking him up, especially in 2017 as well. 2017,
but before that, when Danny Granger was healthy, when Danny Granger was fucking Bron up, and then Bron switched off of him. All right, even more recently with Kawhi, who guards Kawhi? Anthony Davis.
Football breakdown. Bron literally the best transition defender ever. Dustin Thorne. Oh my god.
Get a couple chase down blocks. All of a sudden, you're the best true things.
Dub, let the hypotheticals go. If my aunt had balls, she'd be my uncle. Your anti-bias is showing.
Oh no, bro. The question was asked earlier about what if scenarios. I'm just tired of talking about like what if Roy, what if Brandon Roy, and then what if D Rose. Like I just don't like talking about the same what ifs all the time.
All right. Let's get to these all-star votes. So what we're going to do, we're going to pick the starters, and then we're going to talk about, guys that should still make the team who might not start. They'll be subs and then, like, reserves. But we're going to do the all-star voting thing that they actually have on NBA.com. It's kind of sick. So,
hey, real quick, JD, you see that TC the Don? Joe Ingles. Joe Ingles. Hey, Joe Ingles. Another guy, even though I said I'm not doing anybody in the NBA right now, that's another guy I'm taking over James Harden.
What are we doing? The AI James Harden talks is getting disrespectful. I'm tired of it.
I know, right? I'm not talking about AI. I'm only talking about James Harden.
We're not getting in it again. We're not getting into it again.
Jay, they be nasty on both sides.
Bro.
It's nasty as fuck.
All right.
I got AI and Harden literally right next to each other because I don't know who's better in my opinion.
All right.
The same way
James Harden's better.
No, because Mars,
Harden.
you guys were talking about last night. Oh, can James Harden do the same in 2001 that AI did? Honestly, I'm not sure because James Harden doesn't have the same rules in 2001 that he has now. James Harden's not going to have that same level. Hold on, Bobby. James Harden's not going to have that same level of efficiency he had in his time than he would in 2001. Remember, the hand check rule didn't fully get eliminated till like 2004, 2005.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So a guy playing in an era where there's not as much spacing, it's actually a more physical era. I don't trust him to really shoot efficiently in that era as well. So to just sit here and say automatically think he could just do it is like I don't know.
I gotta respect that. But JD, give me Shaquille McKissick.
Over James Harden?
Over James Harden.
Better Sun Devil?
Yes. Sun Devil or 7-0. Give me Shaq.
All right, we're going to do these all-star votes. Before we get to that, I want to remind you guys of our Lucro Wager of the Week. That is this Friday, December 23rd. We got the Bucks versus the Nets. We're doing this classic Giannis versus KD points. We are taking KD. Also, at the end of the show, I have a good Christmas Day Lucre widget for you guys, so we'll get to that at the end of the show. Before we get to this All-Star, we got a 50-piece by Matthias Olabi. Questions. Who will be the future of the league, both skill-wise and marketability? Also, Mars, my son still thinks CR7 over Messi.
His son's still young, so he'll mature. I understand it.
Mars.
And the future of the league is Victor Wembanyama.
Maturing is admitting that Messi's the GOAT.
I mean, yeah,
Definitely is.
100%.
So we'll start with
better striker. Who's the better striker, Ronaldo or Messi?
Messi.
Isn't Ronaldo a wing?
He played on the wing a few years ago. He's been a striker for a few years now. And Messi's better at both.
And I know
Messi
nothing about
better at
soccer,
everything,
so I'm
man.
just talking here. Messi played the majority of his career on the wing, though?
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Just like we would look at like LeBron James as a small forward, even though he runs point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Like how Steph is a shooting guard.
Okay. So we'll start with. Oh my God. Sorry. Skill-wise, who will be the future of the league?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Victor Wembanyama.
I'm not sold on him yet.
Yeah, I don't think Luka could be the face of the league, and I think Luka's probably gonna be that guy.
Skill-wise, I like Luka. I like Jason Tatum.
I think Giannis will probably like get older. Not saying Giannis will be trash, but he'll decline a little bit. You know,
Giannis already declined, and he looks worse this year than he did last year.
I agree.
Paulo, we're forgetting about Paulo Banchero.
Damn, Jay, shut up.
Oh, my
I
bad.
wanted to say it.
My bad. I'm just, bro, you
Damn.
say whatever. I'm just
Nah,
spitting names here, man.
Everyone knows the real answer is Jalen Green, but
Shay.
My monologue
Green.
was I was waiting for Mustard's monologue, and I wanted to say, you know what? It's gonna be a dark horse, Paolo, bro. I love Paolo.
Not even a dark horse, in my opinion, though.
Yeah, I think Paolo's
Paolo's
future
game is
superstar,
tough.
man. Future superstar for real.
For sure. Chat saying Shay for sure. Shay is going to be up there.
I love Shay.
you guys see his
Marketability.
game winner on Portland.
I saw that.
I didn't.
Marketability.
He was closing that game crazy.
Marketability. I'm looking at someone like a Ja Morant because, like, just of
Oh,
how
yeah.
exciting of a player he is. Maybe a Zion.
Victor Wembanyama.
No,
I know
Zion.
Zion would
Marketability
be
is
one.
Zion.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
100
Both
His
of them.
marketability overrates him like hell.
I mean,
Like
people
hell.
still think he's a top 20 player, so yeah.
Jesus
very-
Christ,
agree.
it's so crazy, bro. It's
How easy y'all forget.
I know what Zion is. The fact that people try to get off the bullshit. Ron said this one episode talking about Zion. Oh yeah, his scoring gravity is what makes the Pelicans so good. Acting as if the Pelicans didn't make the playoffs last season. Act like when
They
they
made
got
the
seeded.
playoffs, but they're better now with Zion.
I also
Obviously.
think somebody.
Yeah, of course you're better when you add a great player. Like
Yeah,
I think
so I'm
somebody
saying,
that
like,
could,
what's wrong? What's wrong with that?
This is given their main and the sole credit of the Pelicans being that good to Zion Williamson and his scoring gravity is disingenuous to the teammates that he has.
That's true.
Bro,
I
he's
just
the
think
best
the
player, bro.
Pelicans
He's
are
the best
really
player
good
on this
team.
I
They
just
are-
think
they are.
when the playoffs come around, we're gonna see that Brandon Ingram is actually better than Zion Williamson, and everyone's
Come
gonna
on,
realize-
man.
I
Don't
like
listen to
Bi.
that.
I like Bi a lot.
Everyone's
I
gonna
like Bi a
realize I
lot.
was right, and I'm just
Zion-
gonna make
Zion-
sense.
You know what's
Zion's
crazy is
better
Mars
than
hates BI too.
See, but the fact
Not
that
BI,
that
man.
we can have that argument just is one of those reasons why I think that the Pelicans are going to be a really good team. Like my answer to the first question about that was skill wise, who's going to be facing the league. I don't think it's going to be one person. I think it's going to be Jalen and Jason together. That duo, I think, is going to be the best.
Oh.
Is going
It's gonna be like a
official.
Mike and Scotty.
Yeah,
deal.
that well. I mean, when I said that, I didn't say that, JD. I said
I think one
I'm
of them.
talking-
that
I'm just-
they could be.
I'm not-
could
I'm
they
not-
be in that conversation?
Stop.
I think-
I wasn't saying they're going to be Mike and Scotty in terms of like the greatness. I'm saying when you're talking about like duos, and at the time you were talking about Mike and Scotty,
Yeah.
they could be talking about like Jalen Brown and Jason Tatum like
I
that. in this
I
era.
do think so. I think they can be. I think they can be Mike and Scotty of the 2020s. You know, I don't think they're going to run off 6 championships.
Right.
But I think they can pull off 2 in the next 6 or 7 years. I think they can grab 2 championships maybe.
If they stay together long enough.
I think they could be a dynasty, bro.
Yeah, definitely.
And Mars, why do you think one of them would ask out?
That's just the prediction. I just think one of them is going to get tired of being seen as the beneficiary of the other, and I think it will be an ego thing where one of them is going to want to prove themselves elsewhere. Most likely Jaylen Brown, because I think Boston favor Jason Tatum.
And
And
I think
Jaylen
Jaylen Brown's
Brown-
humble.
I
I
think
think
Jaylen
he's humble enough.
You don't.
He might be. That's just
I
a
was gonna
prediction. I think
say.
he might get
Right.
moved within
Yeah,
To
I
Bobby's
hear you.
point, I was gonna say to Bobby's point, you don't think that they'll mature along the way enough to realize like we're gonna be better together than we are going to be apart. We might as well ride this out as long as we can until it doesn't work.
And
Maybe.
he knows
I
Tatum's
mean,
better.
that's just my prediction. I won't know for another 3-4 years, but I don't think that's a duo where they're gonna stay together for like the next decade or whatever.
If I ever get to have a one-on-one conversation off camera with Jaylen Brown, I'm gonna ask him if he believes that he's better than Jason Tatum.
you see
I would
Jaylen
love
Brown
to
say
know.
that. You see
I would love
Jaylen
to
Brown
know.
say that the refs are targeting him.
Yeah,
when
for
he travels.
traveling.
He travels every time.
To be fair, a lot of players travel all the time,
He
but
definitely moves his feet, carries a little bit.
Yeah, Mars. I don't think like I get what you mean because me personally, like I don't think when was the last time like we seen like a duo just stay together for that long. Like it's a rare thing. We don't see that often.
in this new era of NBA where everyone's moving,
especially when they're
Yeah.
so similar as players. That's the
Exactly.
thing. They're so similar.
Well,
But
That's
the
the
thing
reason
that
I think
gives
they'll stay
me
together.
the thing that gives me hope about Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, they came around the same time of each other. They essentially grew up together in the same league, battled together for damn near the whole careers. And me personally, I think Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are both like very humble people, confident and humble at the same time. And they don't really have a big ego, especially when they've been playing and riding with the same guys. The guy with the biggest ego on the Celtics is fucking Marcus Smart.
is the longest standing duo like notable duo in the NBA? I'm not talking about just two guys who have been on the same team for several years. I'm talking about like a notable duo. Is it Giannis and Chris Middleton?
Stephen Clay.
No, Stephen Clay.
No, Stephen Clay.
I mean, but
But
Clay isn't really notable at this point. But so,
Yeah, you're right though.
Well,
Stephen Clay and then Chris Middleton and Giannis probably.
Then Stephen Draymond.
The thing with Jason and Jalen though is like once again I think W just said it or JD like them coming in the league so close together, and I think they kind of like the year when they went to the Eastern Conference Finals against the Cavs, like they went to those battles together. I think they've grown together. I think they look at each other like brothers. And with everything that happened this offseason. When Jaylen Brown got brought up into the trades with KD, and he didn't, from what I know, just from what we can see, he didn't like blow up about it. I'm pretty sure he was a little upset, but at the same time, like if you're gonna get traded for Kevin Durant, to me that's damn near an honor. Like, oh well, shit, if I'm that good, and then Jason Tatum said to the media, like, it's not my job to run the team. I'm here to play. I'm not the spokesperson for this team. And I just feel that those two examples really show how humble they are. Like. Those guys are. I personally think so. Just from what I've seen, obviously I don't know either one of them personally, but I think they're humble guys. And another thing about that is it's hard to find two wings. A 6'7" guy, a 6'8", 6'9" guy that are both playing wings. Like it's different when you have a guard, like a point guard and a big duo. This type of duo, you don't break that up unless something just goes terribly wrong. Like you don't get rid of two dynamic wings. I don't think so. I think that's a bad move. So as long as everybody can be happy, because Jaylen Brown's about to get his money. He didn't get that max, but this next time he's going to get his money.
The original said best duo is KD and burner accounts.
Oh, y'all forgot one more.
I think Anthony Edwards is one. My bad. I didn't know you were gonna say it, but I thought you were gonna say Ant.
Harden in the strip
and Carl Anthony Towns as a
No. Anthony Edwards. I believe.
Just as a face of the league.
Yo, Bob, that's a great duo.
Great duo.
Yeah, somebody in the chat said that.
For the duo thing, Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton, they've been together for damn near. How long? What year was Ayton?
DeAndre's in his 5th year. He's in the same.
Yeah, Ayton's been in the league for like what 4 or 5 years.
Yeah, they've
Yeah,
been
that's
together
all
for
that.
5
That's about to
years.
be over. That's about to be done.
You think it's done after
That was
this season?
supposed to be
yeah,
done
that's
this
done.
season.
And I'm happy for DeAndre Ayton. I want him to get up out of there.
Move CP. I think they'll be fine. I think they just got to move CP, man.
How did you move that contract on a 37-year-old?
Oh man.
Yeah, no, man, that was a mistake. I don't know what they were thinking.
You
Move
wave
him
his
to the
ass.
waivers.
Recency
old ass.
bias.
Move him to the waivers.
Bias, bro.
You
When
cut
I
his
seen
old
that-
ass, get him the fuck out of here.
When I seen that contract, I was like, no fucking way the Suns just did this. No
Top 10 player all
way.
time, Dub.
I mean, no, he's not top 10. He's top 15 though. But yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I always said, like I do love CP3 for what he did in his career. But like in the recent years, it's like CP3's not the same guy, bro. And they gave him that much money. I'm like, they're fucked.
Hey Morris, could the Suns trade DeAndre Ayton and Jay Crowder for Jordan Poole, Looney, and Kuminga?
Yo, what is somebody practicing for band class?
I think he muted.
What was the trade? DeAndre Ayton, Jay Crowder for Kuminga, Looney, and Jordan Poole.
Yeah.
Twinkle Twinkle Little Star is a jam, bro.
I don't know if the salaries work out because Jordan Poole's extension hasn't kicked in yet.
Oh, okay.
But I think the Warriors, like, if it was possible, I think the Warriors would entertain it because they'd need another big, like someone who's legitimately big. Looney's at 6'9". James Wiseman is James Wiseman, and Jay Crowder.
No, not James Wiseman. I said Jonathan Kuminga.
Yeah, I'm saying like James Wiseman is the other big on the team. So,
yeah, I got you.
So Jay Crowder would provide an extra wing, 3-and-D, next to Dante DiVincenzo, probably off the bench. But then you lose that scoring off the bench. I don't know. I think it's an interesting trade. I think Golden State will consider it, but I don't know because they just gave me extension.
The Suns might need Jordan Poole because they about to wave CP3.
All right, let's get into this All-Star voting. I'm gonna hit this super chat. We're not talking about this. Indoor voices. Look, Harden is a better player than Iverson. No debate. People feel Iverson has more heart as a player, and that's what's being lost in the combo. Okay. All-Star game predictions, and then chat. I know you guys have been blowing up the chat about this for the last 20 minutes. We will talk about the New York Knicks, I promise. I have it staring at me right in the face. Do not worry. It's coming. All right. Do you guys want to do front court or back court first? And we're going to start with the West.
Are we doing it as of today or in February? Because Steph Curry's about to miss a month, AD's about to miss 3 months, so those guys might not play enough games.
Yeah, the best way that we should do this is who you think is going to be there for the All-Star game. So they still get voted in. So they probably get voted in, but we have to take into account the way I want to do this is I don't think Anthony Davis plays. He might get voted in, but I don't think he plays because he doesn't want to risk hurting himself in an All-Star game.
He better not play. Steph is definitely getting voted in. I don't know about AD though.
Steph might get voted as captain, even ahead of LeBron, which is
I think Steph is gonna get voted in. AD maybe not. I'm including Steph. I'm including Steph in this.
Okay. Wait, what conference are we doing first? East.
Y'all said y'all are including Steph.
Yeah. I think he'll get it no matter what.
I was also gonna ask y'all because Jaylen Brown, he listed as a 2 or a 3.
I think he's a guard.
I put him as a 2.
Yeah, because JT's the 3 on that team, so he's a guard for sure, I think. All right, we'll start with the West. Let's start with. Why don't we start with the backcourt? Let's start with the guards. The guards this year is going to be difficult.
It should be straightforward.
Nah, it's easy. Steph
for starters.
Yeah, Steph Luka.
Okay.
That's the easiest one, actually.
Man, get Steph out of there and put De'Aaron in there.
De'Aaron battling with Shea right now.
We got Steph. We got Luka. Let's go front court.
Jokic.
Zion, Jokic, and LeBron.
Nah. Oh, yeah, LeBron will always be in there.
Yeah, LeBron's getting in regardless.
Can we do this?
Zion?
It doesn't even matter.
We can't name somebody better?
It's going to be fan voting. They're going to get Zion in there.
Yeah,
they Zion's a starter, huh?
Yeah, Zion's going to get in as a starter of fan vote, and AD is
I did that super quick. I want to just pull.
I think Curry will make it over Shea. If the Warriors fall really hard, do you think Curry will still make it over Shea?
Yeah, because he's the most popular player in the NBA.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it is fan voting, so it don't even matter.
All right, so Zion here.
But they had Kobe Bryant in damn near every All.
Yeah, I can't even see that, JD. Who's on there?
I got you.
Steph, Luka, Jokic,
James
LeBron, and Zion.
Okay.
Damn. So Anthony Davis won't. Y'all think AD should make it over LeBron?
He
should.
Right.
He should, but I know he won't.
Nah, LeBron's gonna.
LeBron could average 15 a game and he'd still be All-Star captain.
And so the way I think you cut off when I was explaining the way that I think we should probably do this is AD for sure makes the All-Star team or gets voted in, but I don't think he plays, so he wouldn't start. I just don't think he even plays in the All-Star game.
Yeah, I mean, Jimmy
He's
Butler
gonna be
gets
hurt,
voted
or
in
it's
and
just
never plays.
like what?
He'll either be hurt. It'll be one of two things. He'll either be hurt, or if he's not hurt, it'll be to prevent getting hurt.
Okay,
But
we'll
I
probably
don't
have
know.
a replacement then.
I don't know.
All right, let's do the East. Let's do the
All right,
East.
let's
The East backcourt is what's really tough.
D Mitch is
D Mitch got it for
I
sure.
know he's
For me, it's D Mitch and
Jaylen Brown.
for me, it's D Mitch and Kyrie.
or Trey.
Bro,
It's
this
hard,
is
it's hard
tough.
for me to. It's
Trey
hard
has
for me to
not. Trey has
justify
not
Trey
been living
when
up to his
he
standards.
can't make
this
any
year, though.
shots.
Trey has not been living up to. His
Yeah, I don't
standards.
like.
I think Trey's better than everyone who's listed here. But
So
he hasn't been playing
unanimous
like
is D Mitch, right? We're all with
Yeah,
D Mitch
D
here.
Mitch will make it.
All right. How do we feel? Let's do a little.
I think it's
We'll
between
do majority
Kyrie.
here. We'll do
It's
majority
between-
here.
it's between Kyrie and Trey. I'm not sure which one though.
All right, let's think about this.
that. I think James
who's-
Harden needs.
Oh, you know what? No,
mention.
no, because James Harden has been hurt, and James Harden ever since he's come back, has been playing phenomenal.
Yeah,
I
James Harden
think-
needs a mention.
Yeah,
He makes the All-Star.
Does he have enough games though?
No, I think he's gonna because he's played 15 games. He played 15 games this year.
That's half the season.
The All-Star is in February, so that's a whole. That's like
so
a
we're
month and a half of
projecting.
games.
We're projecting these guys are gonna just play. I assume, correct?
Yeah. That's what I'm gonna do with James Harden.
Mm,
So
I
I'm
don't
gonna put
know.
James Harden in the starter.
I think JB should get it because the Celtics are number 2 in the East right now, and I think they should have 2 All-Stars. I think
They're gonna have
JB
2 All-Stars. It's just about
Yeah.
They're gonna have-
JB's.
They're gonna have
I
2,
don't
so
think JB. They shouldn't have 2 All-Star starters, in my opinion.
You don't think so?
Nah.
I
But
mean,
I
James
wouldn't
Harden's dropping.
start Tatum, but
James Harden dropping damn near 20, 25, and fucking 10 a night.
and people acting like he's washed. Crazy.
Yeah,
You think
he's
the
dropping-
Nets should have 2 All-Star starters though?
I mean, Kyrie for me, like this is the hardest spot for me. It's either James Harden, Kyrie, Jaylen Brown, and I guess Trae Young's like an outside shout. But it's one of those 3 or 4 guys for me. I do
I
Kyrie
agree
just
as
because
well,
I think he's better than Jaylen Brown and James Harden's barely played. That's why I'm going with Kyrie.
I'm going with Harden. I'm going
I
with
got.
I'm gonna go with Jaylen Brown. I can't lie.
Damn, I'm going with Kyrie. So we have 2 Kyrie. We got Jaylen Brown. We got a James Harden. Bob,
Bobby.
he wants to say Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown for sure.
Starting.
Dub, make
If,
a difference.
if
Kyrie,
Harden
Jaylen
had some
Brown.
more games played, I'd probably go with him.
Kyrie. I'll say
you know.
Kyrie to make it even.
All right.
I really think James Harden is gonna make it over all of them.
But
though.
he probably will. But
I mean, I struggle. Kyrie with fan voting is
this is a hard one.
James
yeah.
Harden with fan voting too. He
Oh,
doesn't-
Jaylen Brown.
they're both
Jaylen Brown's played. He's played more games than them. He's played better than them. At this point, if it's not Jaylen Brown, it's just complete bias. Like,
I'd be down
is
to put
biased.
Jaylen
It's
Brown.
fan voting.
I'd be down to put Jaylen Brown.
It is fan
Yeah.
voting. That's the thing.
yeah,
I
fan
can-
voting,
I can get with
biased
Jaylen Brown.
fans,
I can
like,
get with
I
Jaylen
mean,
Brown.
Let's
Why not?
keep
Let's
it real
do it.
though when we vote.
Yeah,
Let's do it.
The
Donovan
front-
Mitchell, Jaylen Brown. Fire.
This just looks so weird, bro.
It
Nobody
looks
wants
so weird.
nobody wants to see Donovan and Jalen together. That's ain't nobody fade that.
Giannis, KD, Embiid.
No.
Giannis is for sure.
I think Tatum
K-
should get
KD
there.
is for
Tatum
sure.
KD's
Giannis
for
should
sure.
get-
Embiid
Yeah.
isn't gonna start. It's gonna be
They-
Tatum over Embiid, but for me, it's Embiid.
Nah. You know what? I think they'll have. Oh fuck. Nah, they'll put Embiid over Tatum. I want Tatum in there though. Fuck.
All right, we're gonna
I
have
think
to do
Tatum
this
deserves
again.
to start, but
We have to
going
do
with
this.
Embiid.
Damn, this is tough.
Man, I'm looking at it like small forward, power forward, center's nice. But I don't know why I would look at it that way.
I think Tatum.
Uh,
wait. If you have KD on there, you have to have Tatum. Tatum has a better case, in my opinion, this year than KD.
But it's fan voting.
Right.
That's very
KD's
true.
probably gonna be the captain.
Yeah,
Or
yeah.
Giannis.
That's very true.
It's KD or Giannis who are gonna be the captain, and then it's
Yeah.
between Tatum and Embiid, and I'm just going with Embiid because I think he's better than Tatum.
All right, we got one Embiid dub.
Dang.
I'll give the edge to
Embiid
KD.
is playing really well,
I'll give
though,
the edge to
can't lie.
Embiid because I think they'll do. I think they'll, like you said, small forward, power forward, centered. I think they'll try their best to have it.
You
like that.
think Embiid's leading the league in scoring right now, isn't he?
Yeah, he's
Probably.
going crazy too. Let me
Man.
check. He's having like 30. I know he's having like 30.
Bro, you know
I
if
mean-
people are voting this way, they're looking at Embiid as the number one spot here. They're for sure hitting vote right there.
Yeah, they put them 3 there for a reason, for sure.
Well,
yeah.
this is sorted by points. You could have sorted by
okay.
assists and rebound leaders as well, but I don't know that anyone's going to click
So he is leading the
Capella
league
here.
in points. He's leading the league in scoring,
Yeah,
probably.
33. That's crazy.
I know he's been going berserk lately, man.
So
Siakam been hooping too, man. Good shit.
you said Embiid, Dub?
I'll give it to Embiid. I'll give the edge to Embiid. Yeah.
Bobby, who do you have? You could say anyone here, by the way, Bobby. We don't have to say Embiid or Tatum. You could say someone else if you wanted to, but
Yeah, I would.
Nah, he ain't gonna vote for Porzingis. Come on now.
No, I would. I mean, Embiid or Tatum is the obvious, but Pascal, I would go with JT.
Mustard, who you
I'll
got?
go with JT.
This is a tough one. Dang, I think Embiid is better, but I'm gonna go Tatum. Honestly,
Is that 2 and 2?
Tatum got to start.
Bro, I think it's going to Embiid.
Embiid.
I think it's going to Embiid. So here's what we got. We got the starters on the West. Curry, Doncic, Jokic, LeBron, Zion. East, Donovan Mitchell, Jaylen Brown, Giannis, Durant, Embiid. Those are the starters. I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to do it for the reserves or the subs. So we got those as our starters. We'll bump these out. And then let's put who we think are going to make it as subs. Starting with, I mean, we have to say SGA, yeah?
Ja Morant.
Ja over SGA?
Yeah, because his team's what, the 2 seed?
Damn.
No, SGA, 100%.
Yeah, both of them are gonna make
where's
it.
De'Aaron?
Both of them are gonna make it.
Bro, this is crazy because look at this. SGA, you have Dame, Devin Booker, and Ja Morant. I don't think De'Aaron Fox makes it.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
Fox probably not gonna make it.
Fox
not
will
gonna
make it. You'll have Booker, Ja, Damian Lillard in there for sure.
That is a crime. That is a crime. That's criminal negligence. That's criminal negligence.
It's not criminal
Playing
negligence.
good, bro.
They're playing better than him, bro.
Oh,
They are just
right,
better than him.
Yeah, they're all
no,
better.
y'all
and
just,
playing
y'all,
better.
if he wasn't playing for Sacramento, yeah, y'all would change.
Man,
your
That's
shit.
not
Y'all know it.
true.
Stop it.
Not what
Shay's
we're
playing
doing.
for OKC.
Oh my god.
Sabonis will make it though. Sabonis will probably make it.
Sabonis better make it. They both need to be on there.
I
So
think they both need to make it. I can't lie.
so we have Ja and
Shea should
these
make
four, right? These four, we think it's going to be Ja, Devin Booker, Shea, and Dame.
it. Yeah.
All
I
right.
think so.
Yeah, I'm with that. I'm putting SGA up there just so we can see his face. All right. Who are the AD, right? Whether or not we
Oh
think he's going to
my
play or
God.
not.
Yo, where's DeMontis?
I'll give it to AD. Let me see who
Oh,
else.
so where is Sabonis?
He's down here.
Oh.
But it's just sorted by points. It's just sorted by points.
I gotta lie, that is crazy though. That he's all the way down there though.
Every
Tough.
night he's on triple double watch. He's on triple double watch every night. He doesn't
I think
always.
he's up there in assists though. He's probably up there in assists and rebounds.
Yeah, he definitely is.
So,
Do we
Yeah,
think
what-
Lauri Markkinen?
No.
No?
Nah, they-
wait,
fell
I mean,
off
let's go down this
Here,
list.
yeah, we can scroll. We can scroll.
So we got Paul George is gonna be in there. This is the backcourt, right? Or the front court?
This is
Yeah,
the front court.
Front court.
So we're gonna have Paul
It's kind
George
of
in
mid.
there.
Can't lie. It's kind of mid.
It is mid. Yeah, it's actually very mid. I think Sabonis will be in there too.
Where's
I think
Andrew
you
let's
can
get
Wiggins?
put
Sabonis in
Sabonis, AD.
Lauri.
No, where's Andrew Wiggins?
He's right here, but he's no way.
He's not making it. He's not making it.
Andrew
No
Wiggins
way.
is better than Lauri Markkinen.
Maybe Cat could make it if he's back in time. I don't know.
Is Rudy?
I
gonna
feel
make
like
it?
Lauri
You
Markkinen.
could put
would-
Laurie. You could put Laurie.
I feel like Lauri Markkinen makes it because of the splash that he's made this year.
Man,
But
I don't want to make
Ingram
this
as
list
well.
no more. This shit
Ingram
is
can make
ass.
it.
Wait, have you
Ingram
not
can
put
make
Paul
it.
George? Have you not put Paul George?
No. Would he be the third? Would it be AD, Paul George, and Sabonis?
Yeah.
It's Paul George over Larry Markkinen.
Wow.
Man, I ain't gonna lie though. Laurie he's been hooping though, man.
Nah, I ain't watched the Jazz game in about.
But there's
3
two
weeks.
extras, aren't there? There's two more.
Yeah,
extra
so
spots.
for the guards we said Dame and Booker. Dame and Booker. So those are the extra
What a
guards.
fall off.
And then we have
Yeah, the
Davis,
West front court's
Sabonis,
a mid.
Paul George. So I think that would round out
it, I
their
think, yeah.
roster.
Dang, that's tough, man.
Tough.
There's gonna be some snubs, bro.
Oh my God.
There's gonna be some snubs.
People in the chat are saying the All-Star game's in Utah, so Lowry's gonna make it. Which,
bro,
I guess I agree with.
I feel like he's for sure making it over Paul George, or actually, you know what? It might be over Sabonis, Bob.
Oh, Lloyd Marketing?
Yeah, yes, because
Paul
Paul George probably makes it over Sabonis.
Look, if DeMontis doesn't make the All-Star team and De'Aaron doesn't make the All-Star team, we're rioting. There's gonna be
Laurie has been playing really well, though. He's been playing really well.
Chat's saying PG misses too many games. Okay, do we like this or we want to make a change?
As long as DeMontis on there, I can accept it.
I think you can move PG for now because PG, people are right. He has missed some games, and I think I don't know. I feel like he's still gonna make it anyway. That's the thing, because they're gonna get somebody from that Clippers team. It's not gonna be Kawhi. So,
is anyone in favor of putting Lauri Markkanen up here over Paul George? I am.
No, I'm not. No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you.
It just feels like Lauri is not a fluke, but Lauri's not better than Paul George.
He's not an All-Star caliber player, man. Like, you're not about to.
Nah,
he's playing All-Star caliber.
He can play at that level, but he's not an All-Star. He's not that. Julius Randle was an All-Star at one time. Like.
Yeah, this isn't. We're not arguing who's an All-Star caliber player.
Yeah,
just arguing who's gonna make it.
I don't want to put those.
All right, fine. We'll go to the East.
Paul George gets it over him.
All right, we'll go to the East. We had Jaylen Brown and Donovan Mitchell starting, so we got Trae Young,
Kyrie, and James Harden.
Kyrie, James, and one more probably.
Lauri's a fill-in. He's the guy that's gonna make it if there's an injury. What are we talking about, my hater? It's just
another
a fact.
guard. It'll probably be DeRozan, if anything.
So
I don't know why DeMar's still listed as a guard.
Right?
Yeah, I don't know why either.
Because
DeMar's guard.
They have Zach LaVine and DeMar DeRozan listed as.
See, that doesn't even make any sense. I don't know why they do.
Is DeMar playing the 4 right now?
Well, yeah, he's been playing the 4. He plays the 4 and the 3, but it's just because, like, on the team, or he used to in the past be listed as a shooting guard, but he's no longer a shooting guard anymore.
He hasn't been listed as a shooting guard in like 4 years.
Yeah.
All right.
Even in San Antonio, he played the 4.
Does anyone have anyone different than Trae Young, Kyrie, DeMar, and James Harden? Where is Bradley Beal?
No.
Hall of Fame players, Bradley Beal.
Oh yeah, Darius Garland. I think Darius Garland will make it. Actually, I would actually put Darius Garland over
DeMar?
Kyrie. I'll take him over Kyrie.
I think Tyrese Halliburton has a better case than Darius Garland.
Halliburton? No, man, I wouldn't take Halliburton over Darius Garland.
Neither would I, but I'm just saying
the Pacers are.
I highly doubt people watch Cleveland.
It's gonna be Harden. It's gonna be Harden. It's gonna be Harden, Kyrie, DeMar, and Trae Young. Bradley Beal.
I wouldn't put DeMar. I wouldn't put DeMar over Darius Garland either. But we're not even in the play-in right now. Like we're not a good team right now. I mean, the Bulls are just falling apart. I can't cap.
You need
Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine wants to go.
He said, man, I know.
He said, "You wanna put your fucking franchise in the hands of a guy who's known for dropping the ball. Fuck y'all. I need out of here." That's exactly
Zach LaVine for James Wiseman is the trade I'm proposing. I don't know.
God, no. If the Bulls do that, I will resign as a fan.
You're a Bulls fan?
Why would anyone say no to that? James Wiseman was a number 2 pick.
I don't
Jay,
care.
you can put me in the tight
He could
real
be the number
quick.
1 pick. It won't change.
I got to give you this. I'm sorry for your loss, bro.
KG Son said Jalen Brunson.
I'm sorry, bro, that you're a Bulls fan. You had a good run last year. But you know what? What people are, it comes out eventually. And this is just who the Bulls are. This is just who DeMar is. And I'm sorry that you're going through this. It is what it is, man. That's all I got to say.
All right, so Trae Young, Kyrie, James Harden, DeMar DeRozan. Front court. We had KD, Giannis, and Embiid, so for sure Jason Tatum's going.
Siakam. Jimmy, I think will make
Jimmy
it.
Butler. I don't think
I would actually vote Bam over Jimmy for this. Jimmy missed. How many games Jimmy missed this year?
I got Paolo.
Oh wow, Paolo might.
I don't know. That. I don't know if he'll get first year All-Star. I don't think.
Yeah, he probably doesn't.
Nah, he doesn't get that.
Jimmy's played 20 games. He'll be fine.
Jimmy gets it because it's Jimmy
'Cause he's
Butler,
Jimmy.
right?
Yeah,
it's
because he's
Jimmy.
Jimmy.
He'll get in.
Why not Ben
You put him
Simmons?
there.
Not Ben Simmons.
Stop.
Let's not fucking do this.
Stop.
Jimmy Butler and Bam are both gonna make the All-Star game.
Bam.
I don't think he
you
can.
Think he will get 2. I don't
I
think
don't-
that he will get.
I
2.
don't think
Oh
he-
no, you got put Tatum. We got put Tatum.
Yeah, because it's Tatum, Jimmy, and Siakam. So it's either Jimmy or Bam.
Oh, Siakam has been playing good this year. I can't disrespect.
So is it Jimmy or Bam?
Bam has been hooping though. I can't lie.
I don't know.
I would vote Jimmy just because I think he'll get the nod because he's the best player on the team.
I think he would too. Yeah, but Jimmy.
And he's
I'll
been
say
playing well. He's gonna play better with more games. He's played 20 games this year so far. That was kind of the debate with him and Bam, but I think he'll play more games as the season keeps going. So
Biased Nick fans in the chat are trying to say it's Julius Randle. I highly doubt Julius Randle
Julius
gets him.
Randle is not good at basketball. Please stop bringing him up, bro.
the Knicks actually might get a player though because what are they, the 6th seed, 5th seed right now in the East?
They've won like 8 straight, right?
They're the
Yeah,
sixth.
they're on a roll right now. They're probably gonna get a player.
I don't care. He's not good at basketball. I don't like
I
watching.
mean, it could be him. Jalen Brunson could get in. Either of those two. Jalen Brunson's been playing really well this year.
Give it to
also.
Jalen Brunson. Don't give it to Julius Randle.
Jalen Brunson won't make it though because of the backcourt.
Guard depth, yeah.
So is the
Still, I-
front court in the NBA just weak?
I don't think it's weak. I just think certain players are hurt. Kawhi is a big blow to the NBA right now. Middleton as well. Don't forget Middleton is injured. PG missed games. Certain guys are hurt or underperforming.
Andrew Wiggins is hurt.
Yeah, Wiggins is another one.
Nah, I just think the guards. There's just so many like crazy guards right now in the NBA. Is ridiculous.
404
there's
said
so
OG
much.
Anunoby over Jimmy, in my opinion.
The 10 seed isn't
OG.
getting 2 stars.
That's
I
disrespectful.
I can agree with that for this year.
I don't hate it, but the 10 seed just isn't going to get 2 All Stars.
I don't think they're gonna get 2. Siakam will get that one.
Wow, what was that?
All right, let's talk about it, chat. Let's talk about the Knicks.
Yo, why
with
you talking about my Heat? Like I know my team sucks, bro. I know this. Y'all poking
Current-
fun at it doesn't do anything. I know this. Don't mean I can't make fun of everybody else.
The Knicks currently have the longest active winning streak, winning their last 8 games, sitting at 6th in the East. Thoughts on the Knicks? They want us to talk about them. Here we are.
Okay, man. The Knicks, let's be honest, bro. They're having a good little year. But we know they're going to get smacked in the first round of playoffs when it comes. They're just not a well-built playoff team. They're going to get smacked. But it's a nice run. I still think they should have tanked because, giving up because they gave up a lot just to get Jalen Brunson. They gave up picks, cleared out cap. And hey, if it's worth it to pay Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle, and RJ $300 million, good luck with that, dog. Good luck with that.
I mean Jalen Brunson. What he do? Wait. I thought Jalen Brunson just signed with them. I didn't
Like
know.
140.
He did fine.
They gave a picks for Jalen Brunson. No, I don't think they gave.
Yeah, they traded their picks of this draft in order to clear cap for Jalen Brunson.
Oh, okay.
And they could have got Jalen Duren. They could have got a couple players in this draft. But hey, go ahead, take Jalen Brunson, RJ, and Julius Randle. Let's see if they can win a chip one day.
Mustard, what do you think of RJ Barrett?
He's not that good.
Thank you. Are we
He's
done
not
talking about
that
the Knicks?
good.
Are we done?
But when I say he's not that good, I just think he's in a situation where he's never gonna reach the potential that I think Knicks fans think that he's gonna get to.
Oh,
They be
Knicks fans
gassing
are
him.
delusional. Knicks fans are delusional. But,
They are.
it's kind of like I think RJ could be all right. What's his?
He could
is he
be like on a championship team. I look at him like Andrew Wiggins. He could be like that, like
How
a
dare you?
third, fourth
No,
kind of guy.
no. He can be just a guy. Just a guy.
I
He's not-
want so bad. I want to believe that RJ Barrett can be somebody. I want to believe it so bad. Before this season started, Mustard, I said my hot take, because last year my hot take was Ja Morant. We're going to be looking at him over Trae Young last year. I didn't think he was going to make that crazy of a leap. But it looked all right. The take looked all right. This year I was like, you know what? Let's try and go 2 for 2. Said R.J. Barrett is going to be an All-Star this year.
Oh man,
that was a big swing and a miss.
RJ
Big swing and a miss.
And RJ has some games where like he'll go like 3 for 17 or like 4 for 20 or 5 for 16, and it's like people be ignoring him. And he can't use his right hand well. He'd be missing layups. The foundation for a good player is there. I just don't think it's as a number 1 or number 2. He's like athletic, but not crazy athletic. You know what I'm saying? He's a nice little slasher, but he could be like a 3rd, 4th kind of guy. He's not a number 1 or a number 2. That's how I look at him.
So Mr. Baller Eyes, because in the chat he said y'all are some Knicks haters. Is it that we're Knicks haters or that Knicks fans are delusional? Because
all right. So this is
I'm
where
both.
this is where
I just don't care about the Knicks. I don't know.
this is where I'm gonna sit here and be actually the middleman. The same love that I have for Utah. I actually do like the fact that they're kind of proving everybody wrong. I remember when they lost in the summer, it's some type of summer league. They were clowning on them for it, and now they're 6th in the East right now. So it's good. It's a step in a good direction. The problem with the Knicks though is you don't really have anything to like compete for a title, and that's the only issue. And for the amount of time that you guys have been in a rebuild, it's still now you still haven't really found the pieces yet, and that's where I sit here and like, come on, Knicks. But I like the fact they proven people wrong. They're 18-3. They're 6th seed after everybody was clowning them. And shout out to Jalen Brunson showing how good he is, man.
all right, so KG San, resident Players Choice Knicks fan, he said, y'all ain't watched the Knicks this whole win streak. That's my issue. Y'all speaking on stuff you don't know.
We got asked to talk about it. That's not our problem. You guys were in the chat asking us.
I've watched some of their games. I mean, they did beat my Bulls.
Don't
so
talk
I've
about the
watched
Knicks.
them.
Like, just because you didn't hear what you wanted to hear. Like, shut up.
I just don't know, like, what are the Knicks going to do in the East? Like, that's what we're talking about. Like,
they're going to do absolutely nothing.
it's like,
I mean, if they pull
up
off a 1st round upset, hey, power to them. But I just don't see that happening. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't.
I mean, they've been playing good. The defense, they've been locking up and everything.
I was talking about that.
Just
They are playing well though. Like Jalen Brunson is playing really good. Julius Randle's having a solid season. Like they got some good players.
they beat the Kings.
All right, guys, let's talk about the Knicks' future for the next. I'm just kidding.
They beat the Warriors. Congratulations.
They
beat us back to back.
Smoked the Warriors.
Yeah, it was like,
Yo, Dub, you didn't have to do that, Dub.
The Kings.
But De'Aaron was hurt, and that was game 4 of a 6-game road trip. Which in that road trip we did go 500, 3-3. I was happy with that. We beat the Raptors. We beat the Cavaliers. We swept the Cavs this year. Beat them 2 times. So.
All right, let's talk about your Bulls, Mustard.
Yeah, man.
What's going on over there? So, I think Sunday it was against the Wolves. I guess.
Yeah, I know. 150 points, man. We gave
the
up 150 points.
The team or some teammates were getting on. Sorry, I just got distracted. Greatest said, JD, how are Knicks fans delusional? Dirk won 1 ring for Dallas, and y'all think that's an accomplishment. After having a good team for 15 years, JD thinks Luka's staying with Dallas. Be serious.
Thank you for bringing the elephant in the room. When I sit here and say that Dirk run is kind of a fluke, I get crucified for it.
Isn't the last time the Knicks won a title like 1972?
Oh my god!
Yeah, so
Walt Frazier,
71 or 72, one of those.
When was the what? Wait. How many rings does Dallas Mavericks have?
1.
They got 1.
So the one pod out of their whole franchise.
Hey, at least we've seen the Mavericks win in our lifetime.
Yeah, that's facts.
I ain't never gonna see the Knicks win.
It's hard to win a championship, y'all. Y'all make it seem like that's just easy.
They were winning games.
Yeah, but
Bro,
the Knicks have like 2 championships and they've existed for like double the time.
We can all guarantee in our lives, our kids' lives, our grandkids' lives, that the Knicks will never ever win a championship.
Listen, it's sad. It's sad. Gilbert Arenas said this, right? Oh my God, it's so sad. You go to to play basketball, and your crowd is cheering for the opposing team.
Yeah, that's tough, man.
That is crazy. I'm sorry.
That is crazy.
People go watch Knicks games not for the Knicks.
To watch the other team.
To watch the other team's best players.
Crazy.
That is crazy.
That is bananas. All right, sorry. Back to the Bulls before I got rudely interrupted by that hilarious chat. Zach LaVine was getting called out by his teammates for his defense, and there was a lot of stuff going on in that locker room. And then there's reports coming out that Zach LaVine is not seeing eye to eye with the Bulls front office. What is going on over there in Chicago?
Wait, JD, are they implying that defense does matter? Or
Of course.
Oh, okay.
Why would your teammates not care about defense?
I wasn't sure. I thought defense wasn't a big deal anymore.
Oh, brother, he thought he did something there. He thought he did something.
That's not even directed at you. You know what I'm saying? That's just directed at everybody that they know who I'm talking to.
Are you talking to me?
But yeah, my Bulls, man, my squad. Let me tell you something, man. I think we should blow this team up. I've been saying this for a while. That Vooch trade is going to go down as one of the worst trades of all time. We really gave up Wendell, Franz Wagner, and a pick this year. That's why I'm really praying we luck into a top 4 pick. Because if we luck into Wemby or Scoot, the tide is turned. But other than that, it's just not looking good. We gave DeMar all that money. DeMar next year is going to be on the last year of his deal. LaVine gave him a max. He's been declining this year. He has not been good this year, at least for his standards, for sure. The team is just not good. We sold so much just to be mid and mediocre last year. We lost in the first round, lost in 5. Everybody thought the Bulls was back. And Lonzo's injury, I think, is the biggest blow to the team. Lonzo, ever since Lonzo's gone down, the team has not been the same. Him and Caruso defensively, they were like really carrying us last year. And Lonzo obviously can shoot. He's a good passer as well. That was a big loss. And injuries hurt our season last year and this year. Pat Will, he's about to be a free agent soon, and I really don't know what's gonna happen with him. He might leave. The team is just it's a mess.
That's the issue. I think that's the issue. It's not more so like you guys like made terrible decisions. I think y'all got the short end of the stick. Like you said, losing Lonzo Ball was a very crucial part, mainly because the defense that you guys were providing. On top of the defense, I think Lonzo was just getting better year in and year out. Like every year he was progressing. So losing Lonzo and his potential and his defense really hurt your guys and derailed you guys to the point where it's like, damn, like what do we do from here? We're supposed to have this where DeMar's exiting and then Zach LaVine and Lonzo's entering. But with Lonzo not being there, Zach LaVine being upset about whichever is going on over there.
He got mad because he got benched after shooting 1 of 14 from the field in one game. It's like,
that's what it was, right?
You stink, dog. You're playing bad. Why would they not bench you?
So the Bulls' plan was essentially to compete now and at the same time build up their young talent with like Patrick Williams, Lonzo Ball, Zach LaVine. And now the young talent is just not being there either through injuries or through ego. And that's why I can't really look at you as a franchise and be like, y'all really dropped the ball on this one. But it was like it's really the players themselves that's really kind of messing you guys up.
How's Kobe White looking?
Garbage. He's not good.
He's not good.
He's not playing well.
He hasn't been good since I want to say 2019 when people
college falling off. And it's just tough because DeRozan and don't get me wrong, I'm happy DeRozan got us to the playoffs last year. Like for Bulls standards over the last couple of years, last year was a step in the right direction. But unfortunately, DeMar, he can't be your number 1. And DeMar, defensively is horrible. Vooch is horrible defensively. LaVine is not a good defender. And even though Caruso plays with a lot of heart, he's a really good defender. He's a nice connector player, but unfortunately, he can't carry the whole defense. And I really think that Vooch trade, it really messed us up. If we kept Vooch and we had Franz, you know what I'm saying? Things could be a lot different. But or I said kept Vooch, kept Wendell and had Franz. Things could be a lot different, but it is what it is, man.
Yeah, I was talking about when the Bulls lost Lonzo, how that was going to take a huge. They were going to take a huge hit. You're losing someone who is getting better efficient, shooting better from the three, on top of his playmaking ability, on top of his defense. Like, that's kind of the
Wait, Jay.
piece that makes it crumble.
Wait, Jay.
What's up?
I need to ask a question, Jay. L host. Jesus Christ.
I was talking and then you started interrupting me.
Wait,
What are we
Jay.
talking about?
Wait, you're a host. Know your role. Wait, Jay. You're mad that they got Vucevic?
Yeah, I don't think Vooch is like good for this team right now. Vooch is this is what I think about Vooch. I think Vooch is a solid offensive big. Like, he's not bad. He's actually been playing like okay this year offensively, but defensively, in a conference where you got Giannis, Embiid, Siakam, you got all these good like bigs and even wings. You got Donovan Mitchell, you got Jared Allen, you got all these good bigs that can be dominant and players. He's not a good rim protector to have at the 5. He's just not.
So this is where I disagree with you, because they made that decision years ago. And when they made that decision, they actually started making the playoff push. So they made that trade to compete.
Well, no. The year we got him, right?
Uh-huh.
I think Levine got COVID a little bit after, and we didn't make the playoffs that year. But then the next year, we added DeRozan, right? We got Lonzo. We made the playoffs, but we got smacked in the playoffs. He didn't play that good. Giannis cooked him because, it's Giannis. What you going to do, right? But against Giannis, Embiid, against any team, he's going to get cooked. He's not a good defender. And then you got DeRozan there, and we gave up Wendell, who's actually doing really nice with the Magic. Wendell's really good with the Magic. Franz Wagner is really nice. He's a nice young player, could be really good in this league. He's already really good right now. And then on top of that, we gave up another pick also, another first-round pick. And we could have used that pick this year, but it's gone. We do not have that pick.
So this, in my opinion, I think the good outweighs the bad, because you're comparing him losing to the playoffs against Giannis Antetokounmpo and Vucevic. As soon as he got on the team, they started making a playoff push with him there. Zach LaVine gets COVID and it derails him. Then following year, they were actually with Lonzo Ball and all those guys there. Vucevic was playing very well. He actually brought spacing to that team, which allowed DeMar DeRozan.
He can't shoot like that. He ain't good shoot like that.
You talking about Vucevic?
Vooch can shoot, and he's had some good shooting years, but teams don't guard him out there. They leave him open all the time. All the time they leave him open. And last year, the year we made the playoffs, he was not shooting well. Offensively, last year, he was really bad. I don't know what happened to him, but he just wasn't playing well.
No, his.
Oh, shoot, the bro just vanished.
That is fire.
That's tough.
That is elite that just happened. Chat is getting so tight that we're talking about the Bulls. They want us to talk about the Knicks. That's hilarious.
They still want us to talk about the Knicks.
They really like the Knicks out there in the chat, huh?
They love the Knicks. I mean, it's like 5 people.
Yeah, I'm just not with. Yeah,
which is their entire fan base.
I'm just not with the whole we made a terrible mistake by getting Vooch, because I do think he did provide some good level of value.
No, in the moment, because he was actually playing better in Orlando. In the moment, it didn't seem like I actually liked the move at first, but I don't think he's lived up to the expectations I have for him. And also, the Lonzo injury is the biggest thing I think that hurt the team more than anything. But that Vooch trade hurt also.
But I mean, he was never a good defender, so you knew that. We all knew he wasn't good.
I know, but I didn't think. And also at the time, we didn't get DeRozan. We hadn't gotten DeRozan at that time. And pairing DeRozan with Vooch on defense is not a good
at all.
Yeah.
On top of that, you're asking Vucevic to play a smaller role than he was on Orlando and Chicago. He's playing a very much smaller role in that team. So it's kind of hard for me to look at Vucevic and be like, don't get me wrong.
That's what I'm saying. In hindsight, that's what I'm saying. In hindsight, looking at it now, it's like, dang, if we had kept Wendell and got Franz, and now we have another pick, we could have eventually had a really good defense around DeRozan, LaVine. That's what I believe in. DeRozan and LaVine with a good defense behind them and Lonzo, I think that would have been a better situation.
Round
yes, it would have been better. It would have been better. Yeah.
Just a tough first round out, Mars. It's not even a second round exit. The problem with them is like how you were saying earlier about the superstar league. DeMar DeRozan is not your number one. He's just not the number one.
All right, enough about the Bulls. Can we talk about the Mavericks? Just kidding.
Honestly,
talk
the
about the
Mavericks.
Knicks.
Oh, no, I was kidding. I was kidding.
Oh, my
The
bad.
Mavericks going through their own stuff.
Yeah,
right now,
bro,
man.
it's brutal over here. Greatest with the super chat. Knicks fund the league. Not all teams make money. I don't know if you've ever heard of return on investment, but I don't think that's something you want to hang your hat on.
The Knicks are basically the league's sugar daddy.
Sugar Daddy's crazy.
Did you guys talk about when Dame said, other than Steph, he thinks he's in like that conversation?
No,
with the best
we didn't
shooter?
talk about that. Thank you for bringing that up. Oh my God, let's please talk about this. Yes.
I
It's
think
funny.
I see where he's coming from. I think if you talk about degree of difficulty and stuff, he has a case. But when you're looking at just shooting the ball, especially when I look at it's more than just shooting threes, it's the mid-range game counts, shooting out of the post counts, free throws count, all of that. Like, I wouldn't put him above the likes of Steph, obviously. I wouldn't put him above Reggie Miller, Ray Allen, Larry Bird, Dirk Nowitzki. I wouldn't put him above Kevin Durant. But I see what he's saying, like, because you haven't seen range like Dame of outside of Steph, really at that level as well.
When
And he's
you're-
at top 10 in threes. So
When
he
you
has
talk,
a case.
if you want to talk about like lethal shooters and someone who it's like you don't want the ball in his hands at the end of the game, he's up there for sure. Because of how dangerous he is, and he's just built different. Like he doesn't shy away from the limelight in tough situations and end of game situations. Like I get, bro, this is a confidence that you want a player though too, right? Like you want them to feel like they are the best. Unless they're trash and they're talking like that, it's like,
That's not
okay, you
what
need to
Dame's
humble
saying,
yourself.
though.
To be fair, he said second best. He
Right,
knows
that's what
first.
Yeah, he's just
For
saying
sure.
he's the best. He thinks he can be the best of the rest,
He
basically.
think he should
outside
be
of
in these
Steph.
conversations. That's what he's
Like
saying.
when the graphics of Steph, Clay, Ray, Reggie, and Dame is there, and everyone's like, "Why is Dame here? He doesn't deserve to be like." Dame's made more threes in his career than Clay. I know Clay's missed some time due to injuries, but Dame has made more threes than Clay. He takes more difficult threes than Clay, and he's doing it while I'd argue being more guarded on the 3-point
doing it
line
off the dribble.
consistently and off the dribble.
Yeah.
And from 30 feet. So if Clay's up there, he thinks if Clay can be there, why can't I be there? Like, and I get where he's coming from, because I don't think Clay is a shooter in terms, because I don't do shooting as just threes. I don't think Clay is top 5 for me, but I see what Dame's coming from. But he wouldn't be in my top 5 either. So
Wouldn't Kobe be in your best shooters as well?
Kobe's in the bed. Like, I consider him, but he wouldn't be my top 5. No.
Nah, not
Can
top
we-
5.
Yeah, but
shooters,
Kobe's
yeah.
a name that comes, like, Kobe comes up. Michael Jordan
But
to some
what
degree
is
comes
Dave
up, but he
talking
couldn't make
about
the
though?
three.
Is he talking about shooters or he's talking about
Shooting-
three-point shooting? 'Cause
shooting
I'm
the
talking about
basketball.
three-point- I'm talking about three-point
Shooting. He's shooting. He
He's
said
talking about
shooting the
shooting.
basketball. I assume he only means threes.
Because it-
Because if it's three,
Really?
if it's just
I can only
see where
assume
Mars is
that.
coming from.
'Cause
I
I
assume
don't
it-
do it like that, but I only
Yeah,
assume
I was
that.
gonna say I assume the way that you were talking about it, how like we would consider Kevin Durant one of the greatest shooters. We wouldn't look at him like, oh, this is one of the best 3-point
I
shooters
think he's one of the best three-point shooters.
for sure. But there's
I don't
plenty
know.
of
I don't know.
names
I don't
above
know.
Kevin Durant. Yeah,
Nah, I don't
for
think
sure,
so.
for sure.
I don't
Like Kyle
know. I don't
Korver is a
know.
Kyle
Mike
Korver's
Miller,
a
you might
better
even put Mike
three-point
Miller up
shooter.
there.
Mike
Yeah,
Miller
Kyle
above KD for three.
Peja Stojakovic.
Peja.
We're not debating that.
I'm not giving you Mike Miller. I'm not giving you Mike Miller. I'll give you Peja.
No Mike
Not
Miller,
Mike
though.
Come on,
Nah, not KD. KD different.
You seen Mike Miller with the Grizzlies, right?
Oh yeah. I know. Trust me. But Peja, I'll give you.
It was
Kyle
the thing
Korver,
about
I'll
it is
possibly give
KD's game isn't limited. So if he wasn't so good at everything else, then maybe we would be able to have a better discussion about how good of a three. Because I feel you, Dub. I think he might be underrated in the 3-point category, but that's just because he's so good.
Can we? I want to do this, and we'll give.
He don't
we'll
talk
give,
a little. That's what I'm talking about.
We'll give Dame the benefit of the doubt, and we won't restrict it to 3-point shooting. We'll keep it in strictly shooting. So that's just shooting the basketball from anywhere on the floor. Can we create a list of and figure out where Damian Lillard would be on that list if he considers himself second?
Shooting.
We could do that.
I mean,
So we got
is
Steph
one.
number 1 for sure.
But
Ray
Dame's
Allen
not,
gotta
hold
be
on, wait.
number 2.
Dave's not talking about just shooting. He's talking about 3-point shooting.
Okay, if let's do 3-point shooting. I think this is worse for him, but let's do 3-point shooting.
Let's put the shooting. And you know, I don't even have to say this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. JD, I still got Ray number 1. Okay.
That's fine. I'm not mad about it.
What?
I mean, I'm
Wait,
taking
time out,
Steph.
whoa.
No, what
I'm
do you mean
taking
you're not
Steph.
mad at that? There's nothing
Time
to
out,
be
let's
happy
time out.
about with that. No,
This
no, no.
this
you
this
can't-
this
you
ain't something to
We
argue.
can't
I'm
just
not-
allow that to go on.
You can-
No,
you
no,
can-
I'm not gonna argue
no,
with
no,
y'all.
you
I'm not
can't.
gonna
That
argue with
doesn't
y'all.
make sense. That
We
doesn't
can
Ray
just
make
move
Allen
on.
at
It
number
makes
We
it
can
one
makes
over
no
Wait,
sense.
we can
Curry,
just
you can.
move on. We can move on.
No, but you can't.
That
I'm
doesn't
not
make
mad
sense.
about
don't
it.
want to do it.
Because
We
there's
can
no
move
Don't
on.
want
reason.
to do it.
That doesn't make
There's
sense
a
at
big
all.
reason.
There's no argument for Ray.
Hang
over
on,
Steph.
you
I
wild on
mean,
that one, dog. You wild on that one, big dog.
There's
I
no
can't lie.
That's
argument.
all right.
Ray
I'm
over
okay
Steph.
with that. I'm okay with that. I'm
I-
cool
I'll-
with being wrong, but I'm
Even
taking
Ray
my-
Allen would tell you wilding on that one, dog. Come on.
Hey,
now.
first of all, fuck Ray Allen. All right.
No,
told
Ray
y'all
Allen.
fuck
Ray
Ray
Allen.
Allen.
I
told y'all why I don't
I
fuck
think
with
Ray Allen said something about he still considers himself to be the
and he should.
greatest shooter of all time.
He shouldn't.
Man.
Man. Why would you want to be wrong? Like that
In
doesn't
the,
make
in the words of Ticket, put Allen Iverson in today's league, this man would destroy
Here we
the
go, bro.
three-point record. He would destroy the three-point record if he was allowed to shoot 10 threes a game. He would destroy. He
So,
would be pulling up from
I
corners.
agree with
Jesus,
Ticket.
I dis-
agree
I
with
dis-
Ticket.
I disagree. I'm
agree
glad
with
you brought that up because I disagree with that because of
Yeah.
the way that Steph Curry gets his shots is not just catch and shoot. And
Mhm.
Ray Allen started getting those catch and shoots like later in his career. He didn't finish his career as a primary ball handler and getting his shots off the dribble.
He
So that's
started
where
it
I'm
off
looking
like that.
looking at like Steph Curry is still.
Ray Allen started off like that, JD.
I know he started off like that. I know
Yeah,
he started off
I-
like
I
that, but
just-
but
I-
Steph Curry's going to finish his career as still a primary ball handler, still casting from three, as opposed
know-
to turning into a Ray Allen where he's just gonna stand in the corner.
Man,
Ray Allen
Allen
didn't-
Allen
no,
Iverson
Ray Allen
would
didn't
not
do
do
that.
what
Ray
Steph
Allen
Curry
didn't
is
do
doing.
that, though.
Let's not lie to each other.
No,
Ray,
no,
Ray
we
Allen
talking about
didn't.
Ray
He
Allen.
did that on Boston, but in Seattle,
Ray Allen
on
too.
the
Steph
on the-
Curry.
on the
Curry.
Sonics, he had the ball in his
To-
hands and he was
to
doing his
assume
thing
that-
to shoot.
To assume that any
was-
player
was-
could take the amount of threes that Curry takes. Look at all. Just do yourself a favor. I know numbers are not everything, but go look at the 3-point record. Look at all the best 3-point shooting seasons. Curry, it's not even close. All of them belong to Curry. He's
It's just
breaking
a
his own
different style of
record.
basketball. It's just a
But the
different style
re-
of
the reason
basketball
I
now.
disagree
They
with
shoot
that-
23s a game.
But
But
the
to
reason I
assume he would do
Steph
that
is
just
the
because he's a
reason
great
why
shooter.
people do
Why
that.
can't I assume
I
that?
can't say
Why can't I
Steph is the
assume that?
Big
beneficiary
assumption,
of the
my guy.
era
That's a
when
big
the era is
assumption.
Steph Curry.
Well, we've been on here for 2.5 hours making big ass assumptions, and I can't assume.
That's not the same.
can't-
type of
that's-
assumption, dog.
That's
There's
where I have to
factual
draw. I have to
evidence to
draw the
prove that.
line. I have to draw the line with that assumption.
There's
no, fuck
factual
no.
evidence to
All
prove
the
that.
all the hypotheticals
Oh,
I've
man.
heard today, all the ifs and whatnots, and this is where I got to draw the line.
Yes.
No, I refuse.
Yes.
I refuse. I'm not doing that. I'm not jumping on
brother.
Steph's meat with y'all. I'm cool. On that.
Saying Steph's the best shooter ever isn't.
That's far from crazy. I think that's easy. I think it's easy to say that Steph is the best shooter of all time. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, and I'm not gonna argue with you. But I think there's nothing wrong with me saying that I still have Ray Allen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm fine with that. You
How
can
is
say
that?
that.
Nothing, how is
You can
there
say
nothing
that.
wrong with that? That doesn't.
Why can't you say that?
Mars,
Because Steph
you know,
makes more,
y'all-
Steph takes more, Steph takes more difficult.
Yeah,
ones.
okay.
He
So what I'm
shoots
saying,
it at a
so Mars,
higher
am I
percentage
wrong?
from
Am I
further
wrong
out.
for?
Like,
Am I wrong for assuming that if Ray Allen shot 9 threes a game, that he would?
Yeah.
You know,
well,
look. You guys. I don't want to argue
And it's
about
not
it.
just 9 threes a game. It's not just. 9 threes a
Well,
game.
Mars, I'm not always logical. Okay, Mars. So this
logic would say the more you take, the lower your
that's fine.
percentage would be.
What I'm saying is this, Mars. I just want to just have my take and just move on. I'm not as young as y'all. I'm not full of vigor and want to argue about everything. You know what I'm saying? Look, let me just be wrong. Let me just peacefully be wrong. Okay. Ray Allen was that guy, and he wasn't shooting 12 threes a game. You know,
That's facts, Bob.
This
Holy
is crazy.
that was good. All right. Anyway,
give
can
me,
we make this
matter of
list
fact, since you got me started. Give me Peja Stojakovic too.
over Steph?
He's trolling.
Oh my God. Okay.
Nah, but Jay, you
He might
said
not be.
something that was blatantly wrong. Like, blatantly wrong. He wasn't just catching shooting on the Sonics. He had the ball in his hands, making things happen. He was shooting like 8 threes a
When
game.
Milwaukee,
Bro.
he wasn't shooting 8 threes a game.
JD was talking about as Ray got older.
As Ray got later into his
was shooting.
career, what is it? The last 6
Ray Allen,
years?
Ray Allen shot 8 threes a game.
The last 6 years? Yes, off of catch and shoot.
When did he?
Oh,
When was he
Seattle?
shoot,
No one
when
So
was
was.
he
this-
shooting 8 threes
this
a game?
hurts-
When did he start shooting 8 threes
Bro,
a game?
in Milwaukee, or not? Yeah, in Milwaukee, he has.
No,
I think
Seattle.
no, his
Seattle.
free
Milwaukee.
started going up in Seattle. That's
But in
when
Seattle, he had
high
some
marks.
years where he was taking 8 threes a game as
Okay,
well.
well, I mean, how many more threes a game, like on average, are we shooting now as
Bro,
opposed to him? That's what I'm saying.
Steph is taking like 15 threes, 14 threes, 13 threes in some of these years. Like,
Okay,
this
so
year,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's double. That's double the amount of threes. So mathematically, I don't see how it's just blasphemous
Steph
for me
takes
to
11
say.
to 12.
that's a hard
Steph takes
assumption,
11 and
dog.
12. Steph takes 11 and 12.
11 and 12. My bad. 11. I'm looking at right now. 11, 12, 13. There's the 1 year 13 in 2021 on 42%. Like, to just assume Steph had a year 50, 45, 90. To just assume that Ray Allen.
Fine.
Okay, man.
fire.
I'm just saying that's the big assumption, my guy.
I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, what I'm saying is
I
I can't draw the line with that assumption. We've been
11
assuming
and,
shit all
11
day.
and 3 attempts in an 82 game series. I mean, 82 game like season is like that's a lot.
That's a
I know
lot.
it doesn't seem like a lot, like in that metric, but
And he's
throughout the
getting
whole
doubles.
season, it's
He's pulling
crazy.
up from the logo. Like, come on.
That's
man.
why. But look, that's what I'm saying. That's what's wrong with his shoulder right now. All that shooting. And I'm not mad at him. Don't get me wrong. I'm not mad at him. Like, yo, keep shooting the ball. All I'm saying is let's not act like this was a normal style of play. Like back before that, but they just wasn't shooting 13 threes a game. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, then
like,
by that logic, hey, Larry Bird, throw him in there too, right?
hey, I'm good with that. I'm more than good. I'm definitely okay with that.
I mean, yeah, Larry Bird's
Definitely okay with that shit.
I don't know about all that,
Hey, look, check this out, young fella. We could do this all day.
Yo,
Reggie
also,
Miller. Hey, let's keep going. Reggie
We could do
Miller,
this
Wait.
all day. Reggie
Miller,
right there.
Mitch
Shit, we
Richmond.
could definitely talk about Mitch Richmond.
where
Oh,
are we
come on,
at
man.
right now? Because
Hey, Glenn Rice. What about Glenn Rice?
Hey, might as well throw Glenn Rice in there too.
Wait, who are we arguing Glenn Rice over?
hold
right
on,
now?
because
Steph.
I want to get to
Sorry,
this
Craig.
list. I want to build this list, but I want to go back to Dub talking about Ray Allen in Seattle. The majority of Ray Allen's, like his play style in Seattle, Bobby, you can correct me if I'm wrong. From what I watched growing up, was Ray Allen was a lot of coming off of screens and set shooting. It wasn't more. I would say that the scales probably was like 70-30 catch and shoot compared to him creating his shot in Seattle.
I mean,
Because they
I'm-
still had
not
true point guards
that.
running the offense, and he played a true shooting guard.
So, what do you think Steph is?
What do you mean?
His split of catch and shoot versus off the dribble.
I think he creates his shot more than Ray Allen. That was the
Yeah, but you
that
said,
was
you
the
said,
point
you
I was
said
trying
70-30 for Ray catch and shoot versus off the dribble. What's Steph, in your opinion?
to. It's probably close. It's probably like 60-40
But
coming
then
off
I'm
of
not-
screens compared to like him dribbling and
he
pulling up.
doesn't create on the ball as much as he used to.
But my thing with Ray Allen, it's not even so much that he wasn't just a shooter early, like those first 8 to 10 years of his
Oh my
career.
God, his early career is disgusting.
He was doing, and that's not, and I'm not trying to take anything away from Steph. I'm just saying, like, Ray Allen wasn't just out there to shoot threes.
He was
playing-
getting to
You
the
think
basket,
Curry-
and
you think
dunking
Curry
on
is
people.
just a shooter,
Wait,
though?
you're not saying Steph is though, right? You're not saying Steph.
I'm
is
saying
just a shooter.
more so his game is predicated way more at the 3-point line than Ray Allen's was, and I don't think we can argue that.
Yeah, but Curry can still
okay.
do other things like great and amazing.
Well, I mean, yeah, he can do other than that. See that now we're going back to that LeBron thing. Yeah, he can play. He could have
No,
guarded
but
him,
he
but
does.
he
He
didn't.
does. Right
I mean,
now,
yeah,
he's
from
shooting
time
the
to
mid-range.
time, but he's
Right
coming
now,
out
he's shooting
gunning
the
shit.
mid-range amazing. He can finish at the rim very
Hey,
well. He's a good passer.
Steph gets to that little floater off
Yeah,
the
he can get
glass.
to the
That is
rim,
so
yeah.
nice. I
It's-
love when
that's
Steph
why-
gets to doing that shit.
That's
bro.
why
That
Steph
is
is so. That's why Steph is
I
so
love when Steph
lethal.
gets to do
It's
that.
why
And
Steph is
Steph's
so
got a better
lethal
handle
because
as well. He has a better handle.
he
than
can
Ray.
score.
I won't argue with that. But
Steph-
but Ray Allen to get to that rim and dunk on you.
The reason why Steph is so
2 points
lethal.
is 2 points, dog.
Oh,
The
I'm not arguing that.
Yeah, the reason why Steph is so lethal is because he has the ability to score from anywhere. So like you can't let him shoot wide open threes, but you also can't let him drive. So it's like, but guarding Steph is a fucking nightmare.
Did y'all hear me at all in this past couple minutes say that I said Ray Allen was better than Steph Curry?
All right.
Did I say that?
Okay. Can we get to this list? Okay.
I didn't say
Let's
that.
figure out where Dame is. Let's figure out where Dame is. And this doesn't have to be in order. It's just everyone that's before him, so we can figure out where he would be.
Steph.
3-point shooting, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
Steph,
think it's worse for him, but
You have Steph,
Ray,
Clay,
Reggie.
Steph, Ray, Clay, Reggie.
Larry Bird.
You can have Larry Bird over
Dirk.
Dirk. It's a good one.
Peja,
Dirk was, I think,
Peja.
Dirk was a better mid-range shooter. Are we doing 3-point or
Yeah.
just all?
Okay, I wouldn't
Not
be mad
gonna
if you.
lie,
I
I
wouldn't be
think I'll
mad
give
if you
that to
put
Dame.
Dame over Dirk. I
I
wouldn't be
got
mad.
Dame over
That's
Dirk.
fine. We don't have to put Dirk there.
Kyle Korver?
Yeah.
No,
JJ
Peja?
Redick.
I
I'll
wouldn't
take
put
JJ.
JJ.
And Peja. Peja
I think you know who I think. Maybe it may be too early, but I think Desmond Bane, when he's done, he's probably gonna be there as well.
I think it's
Desmond
too
Bane-
early.
It's still
Too
early.
early.
It's
Way
still
too early.
early.
Way
Too
too
early.
early.
I mean,
I'm not
he's
giving
been putting up
Peja.
some. He's been shooting really
You
well.
said you don't got Peja?
I mean, I'll give him Peja. My bad, I said the wrong word. I'll give him Peja. I'm not giving him JJ though.
Is James Harden a better
JJ,
shooter
okay.
than? Is James
Nah, I
Harden a
think
better
Dame's a
shooter than
better. I
Dame?
think Dame's a
I-
better.
Okay, that
I
one,
think it's- I
bro.
think it's
That
really
one,
close. It's
yeah,
really
that
close.
one's tough.
Nah, I
Harden,
think
Harden is like
Harden just-
volume.
Oh yeah, Harden just
Because if we're talking about off the dribble, James Harden
Yeah.
clears Damian Lillard in that aspect.
I think he clears most of these guys.
He
to be
clears
honest.
a
everyone.
lot.
He clears Steph. He clears Ray. He clears like off the dribble and the amount.
I don't know if he clears Steph and Dame. I think I might say
Off
he's
the
better. I wouldn't
dribble?
say
Alright, for sake-
clear, though.
No, I'm
sake
just
of
saying
argument-
how much he takes, not
For-
in terms of he's
For
best
sake
player, but how
for
much
sake
he
of
takes.
argument, are we putting James over Dame in this?
I have James.
I,
over.
Okay.
I don't know. It's too close.
James Harden. Let's call it. Since it's
Okay.
close, let's just.
yeah, no.
James
I'm
Harden,
Not giving,
boom.
I'm not giving James Harden. No.
I don't know.
Hell.
I
Where are we at?
I want to throw Rashard Lewis name
No,
in there. too.
Dame is a better 3-point shooter.
For
than
sure.
I think it
James Harden.
depends. I think it
I
depends.
wanna
Why
throw
is,
Rashard
why is
Lewis
Dame?
out
Why
there.
is Dame a better shooter than James Harden?
Mars, do you want me to say it?
It's
Yeah,
You
so
know what I'm
close.
gonna say. You
It's
know what
so
I'm gonna
close.
say. You
The
know
playoffs.
exactly what I'm gonna say.
It can't be the playoffs.
Oh no, it's not the playoffs.
Oh,
It's
then what
just
is it?
even though like James Harden, I think he has more threes than Damian Lillard. I just think that he just shoots more than him. He just shoots more threes than him. But I just think that Damian Lillard's just a better 3-point shooter.
Hold on. So this goes back to Bobby's Ray Allen argument then.
No, they play at the same time, so it doesn't matter. Jay.
See, JD?
James Harden.
JD?
James Harden. No, James Harden really.
JD, you see how it works, man?
No,
Yeah, James Harden was
Harden-
taking more than Steph. Like,
Yeah, James Harden was taking more than Steph. Like, what are we
Mhm.
doing? Like,
JD,
that's
see
what
how
he,
they do me?
he was
James
taking.
Harden led the league in threes at a couple of years.
But then
Yeah, he was-
So did- so did-
the way I'm looking at it is James Harden was taking more than everyone, but when you're looking at degree of difficulty once again and how many he's creating for himself while still maintaining that, like Damian Lillard is like 37% for his career. James Harden's 36% on creating more for himself, more off the dribble, higher degree of difficulty in my opinion. So that's why.
Oh, wait, did we-
and he's made
we say
more.
Clay?
So
Yeah, we
Yeah,
said
say
Clay
off
like
of it.
2 or 3.
Wait, Mars.
that's
I thought
why
you-
I'm saying
I thought
James
you were a
Harden.
peak guy. I thought you were a peak guy.
I mean, Dame's one peak is 40%, but if you're going to go over a stretch of years, James Harden, in my opinion, the percentage is close enough. He takes more,
hey,
more self-created, more off the dribble. I'm still going to take James Harden.
Because if I do the last 3 seasons, right? Because I'm not, except last year because Dame was hurt. Oh, this season's not done yet. So wait, let me get a different one.
what about y'all old heads? I mean, hey, Steve Nash. Let's keep going, right? Steve Nash.
Yeah,
was a
Steve
great
Nash is
shooter
a
as well,
big-
right?
James Harden was
give it a finish.
36% on 12 attempts a game. Like that's
Nash
And
didn't have
most
the
of them-
volume
most-
like these
Damian
guys.
Lillard
but-
was
And most of them-
38%.
All right, I don't care about
Damian Lillard
James.
was 38%.
I don't care about this
on
James
10
Harden.
threes a game.
I don't care about
yeah,
this
so
anymore.
James Harden is close in percentage.
I want to
takes
keep
more,
listing names.
takes
Where
more
is Damian
difficult
Lillard?
ones. I'm still taking.
Dame's in that
So
mix. I
if
think he's with all those
we're
guys.
talking about pure 3-point shooting, JD. Yeah, we got a couple more names to list.
So
we got
he-
Glenn Rice,
is he
we got
top
Mitch
10?
Richmond.
Top 20?
I don't think he's top 10.
top 10, 15.
Yo, stop putting
okay.
Steve
I'll say
Kerr
top
up
10
here,
next
bro.
year.
Honestly, nah, we could address a bigger issue in the fucking.
Yeah, you're not
room.
moving me with
Stop
Steve Kerr, I'm
putting
sorry.
Steve Kerr in these fucking greatest shooters of NBA history conversation.
not?
Honestly,
I don't
I'm
think
a li-
people would be doing
no.
that though. I don't
I
think
get
people
a
would
little-
do that.
Steph Curry is a better shooter than Damian Lillard.
Seth Curry is very underrated.
Yeah, Steph.
Ooh,
Seth?
and you know,
Yeah, I'm
Seth
taking
Curry,
Seth.
Seth Curry is very underrated. Oh, but
Yeah.
you know who y'all not thinking about is Jeff Hornacek.
Man,
No,
listen,
come
come
on,
on, listen,
we're not doing
no.
What about Vladimir Radovich?
Hey, I want Vlad. Give me Vlad.
No,
give me
man,
Andres.
nah.
Give me Andres Banyani. Give me
my
Jason.
God.
Give me.
He's
Hey,
trolling. Now
give
he's
me. Give
trolling.
me.
Now he's trolling.
Give me Jason.
He's
Give me
not
Jason
serious. He's
Capono.
not serious.
You know what's crazy? When I was
Jason
young,
Capone.
Give me
I-
Jason Capono.
I think I had one of those fake jerseys when I was young. It was a Vladimir Radovich jersey. That is hilarious.
Harden
Love
just be
Vladimir
pulling
Radovich.
on Mars. I'm sorry, he just be
So-
pulling that shit.
That's fine, but he still makes that my high clip.
What is that?
I'm not saying he does it. I just think that Dame.
So then I can't disrespect that.
David Sanders. I see him with the Allen Houston. I see him with the Allen Houston.
Paul George as well. I think is a.
I think James Harden
Paul
needs to
George
be in
as
these
well.
3-point conversations though. Like, don't.
Are we not? Are we not
he's
doing
third all time and made threes, and he just never gets brought up.
For some reason, I don't know why.
Vucevic.
Dale Ellis.
Paul George as well. I think should be in
Ellis is nice.
these conversations as well.
So wait, I'm not getting Jason Capono.
You're not getting Jason Capono.
Hey, I
You're not
love to
getting
be some Jason Capono on the Heat, man.
That's crazy. Oh, what about my man? This can't double check. What's my man from the
Aaron Rodgers?
No. From the Knicks, Steve Novak.
Steve Novak, no.
Steve
he never
Novak.
had, no.
Come on, man.
No.
Wow.
Yo, Steve Novak.
Y'all are crazy.
Steve
Novak is
Steve
crazy.
Novak.
I'm trying to name off all the shooters. I'm not giving them no love.
Steve Novak is me and 2K.
You're just naming shooters, bro. They're
Should
just
just
not
throw
better.
Mark Price in there, Steve Nash, throw all of them in there.
Look at Ron. I can't wait to hear this bullshit that Ron's gonna try and get off.
Bubble MVP, man. What do you mean?
I'm not
Bubble
gonna hold
MVP,
you, bro.
man.
Well, Mars, what? Nah, James Harden got some things in his bag too, like that 3 on Klay Thompson and like the whole Warriors.
Nick Anderson.
James Harden was making 300 plus threes a season efficiently while taking like 75% of them created by himself. Like, I don't know why he's not.
You want to know why? You want to know why? Because James Harden does this the whole fucking game. He dribble. That's all. Dribble, and then step back, pull.
That's
like,
why I'm not better than him, bro.
Like, I'm not. That's why it's like I'm not gonna give that.
Man.
I'm not gonna give that.
But that's still making threes.
No, but you're talking about the degree of difficulty. Dudes dribble.
That's not easy.
Dribble.
Oh, what about Jason Terry? We got Jason Terry over.
Dribble. Step back 3. Like, come on.
I don't think I got Jason Terry over Dame.
I think a lot of these guys. I think y'all are forgetting that we're just talking about who was a better shooter. I think a lot of these guys are getting sidetracked and thinking about their overall play, because a lot of these guys I'm naming are better shooters.
No, we're not. We didn't lose the conversation. Trust me.
How crazy is J.R. Smith over Damian Lillard? On a scale of 1 to 10, how crazy is J.R. Smith over
Bro,
Damian
here this is where it comes. It's like eye test and memory for me is where I look
About
at J.R.
how
Smith. He was
crazy,
so
like, his
streaky. He was just so
How crazy.
streaky.
Yeah.
J.R. Smith by far is
J.R.
like one of
Smith
the
was-
craziest 3-point shooters I've ever
He
seen.
was just so
JR's
streaky.
a tough. I think
Crazy.
he's a tough shot maker. More
Yeah.
than
For
anything,
sure.
He shot a lot of ill-advised shots.
I just
Yeah.
didn't consider J.R. Smith to be an efficient
Right.
3-point shooter.
But
What
he has
about
some
Gilbert?
good shooting years. He has some good
Yeah,
shooting
I
years.
I wouldn't be mad
And
if you
his
said
form is damn near the best.
Oh,
I've
Q
seen.
Rich,
Cool
Quentin
was
Richardson.
fire.
The chat's spitting right now.
Yo,
Quentin.
boys,
Yeah,
every
they are.
every
Quentin
every day at a
Richardson is
Knicks
nice.
game, he'll do this. Let me get a shot. Every
Hey, don't
game.
forget. Damn, who was it? There was just I can't remember. Never mind.
who's the
But yeah, I see someone even said efficiency. Harden is not the most efficient shooter, and that's
That's
why
what it was. Yep.
I can understand some people leaving him out of some of these conversations. But
What
he
about
is great off
Gilbert
the dribble,
Arenas?
so.
Is Gilbert Arenas getting any love?
Damn, that's tough.
Oh,
And look,
put him in
you-
this
Gil
combo. He's not in
was
this
taking
combo.
he's not in
this combo.
the tough ones, but he wasn't making them enough. For me.
See, even the chat said Rashard Lewis. Y'all didn't give me no love with Rashard Lewis.
I did.
Not over
I
Dame.
love
I like
Rashard
Lillard.
Lewis.
We're
I like
talking
Rashard.
about Dame, bro.
Bro,
Not over Dame.
Rashard had the
There's levels to this,
craziest
though.
shot,
There's
bro.
levels to
It's
this.
like
There's levels to
unblockable,
this.
bringing it way
He
the
was
hell back
he
here.
was 6'10". You wasn't blocking that.
Yeah, he had a
Is
crazy
can I
shot.
ask you guys this something? Because this is a question I do, and I am curious about. If you win the 3-point contest, does that automatically like give you extra 3-point?
It does
shooting?
at 0. It
Points?
does nothing.
No.
It does absolutely nothing.
It actually means nothing.
There's-
I can't
there's
lie.
a- there's a
shooting
difference.
off a rack just doesn't mean that much to me.
And also shooting off a rack can, depending on who you are, be more difficult or easier. So
I
it's
like
like
shooting
it's
off
just
a rack.
Some guys can just get hot. Honestly, some guys can just get hot.
not on, Dub.
On the
Okay,
rack.
let me stop. Lewis is down. Lakers need to
Gotcha.
slide for Miles Bridges. Big ox shit. Wow, Dub. Why'd you take it there?
There is a chance the Lakers could get Miles Bridges and Kyrie Irving next year, and Kyle Kuzma by the end of next year.
That's not gonna matter.
Man.
LeBron's
Lakers aren't gonna get Kyle Kuzma.
They need to do it right now.
Hey, Russell Westbrook getting that trade value up.
I'll give
Those
you
picks?
Kyrie. I'll give you Kyrie, but Kyle Kuzma is not going back to the Lakers. He's not. If he goes back to the Lakers,
Bro, he
I'll
has
question
PTSD.
For him, he has no choice.
He has
I'll question his
PTSD.
manhood. I will question his manhood.
No,
If he gets traded,
A trade is different.
I'll
though.
feel bad for his
Oh,
mental,
traded.
bro.
Oh, traded. Oh, traded. My bad. My bad.
Feel bad for his mental.
Hey,
Yeah, I feel
wouldn't you
bad
question that about Kyrie? Kyrie going back to LeBron after all this time?
Nah, it's different because Kyle Kuzma was really getting like the burner while playing with LeBron James, and I don't think LeBron James did a good enough job to alleviate that. So, yeah, that's why if I'm Kyle Kuzma, I wouldn't want to be around.
Hey, LeBron. Hey, remember
James
when
at
they
all.
asked LeBron who's going to win most improved? Hey, I think Kuzma's going to win. Ended up
Yeah.
shipping that man.
And then I
but
also,
it's just basketball, bro.
nah, bro, I think LeBron's a fake leader sometimes, bro.
Ah, man, chill out, my man.
I can agree with you.
No, you know how there's like a social media quarterback thing going on for Justin Herbert? I think LeBron James is a social media leader. 100%.
Ah, brother.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. I'm sorry.
SSJ Gaby with the super chat said, shout out PC for 60K. We hit 50K like yesterday. Also, chat, make sure you guys show some love to SSJ Gaby. He's he went, I'm not gonna leak his personal stuff, just went, through a tough experience, and I want you guys to just reach out to him, show him some love as well.
Hey, his balls dropped. Let's go.
Jesus Christ.
Let's go, Gabe. Que lo que, bro.
Shout out to Gabe, man.
Gabe's my brother, man. He's like a little brother to me, man.
I wanted to ask this a couple shows ago, so I'm glad that I get to ask this now. But I want to know who is the most disrespected player in the NBA right now.
KD.
De'Aaron Fox.
Nikola
I don't think D Fox is disrespected.
Jokic is actually a really good one.
If we talk about like disrespecting amongst peers, is Giannis. Talking about disrespected by like fans, KD.
KD earned it. He earned it.
I don't think
KD is disrespected by fans.
KD, because KD has his like super fans who think KD is still the best player in the world. Like even on the TikTok comments where like me and Lo said KD is like fringe top 5. Everyone in the comments is saying KD's a top 5 player and that we're the crazy ones. So like KD has his love, but then he also has the people who call him a snake and all of that. So
and KD did invite some criticism on himself by certain things he's done. So it's not like some of that. And I'm not saying people should send death threats and stuff, but some of that hate is warranted. Like not hate, but like criticism. I'll say that is warranted.
Criticism for sure.
Yeah.
Do not send anyone death threats. Like, why do people do that? Bro?
So then
people are so weird.
Then who's the most disrespected then? Because then I don't know.
I think Curry is also disrespected by fans.
I don't know, bro. He's probably the most
Curry's like KD. Curry's like KD.
Oh yeah, you're right. He has his fans.
His fans are annoying as hell. But
no, I agree. They are very, very annoying.
So are we when we say who's the most hated? Is it like who's earned the most hate, or who is like just for no reason hated on? Like a lot of people say I hate on James Harden for no reason. Okay, I'll accept that. In my eyes, I think he earned some of that though. So what are we talking about here? Are we talking about?
I mean, are we talking about criticism?
Are we talking about who's
no?
Anthony
I'm talking about who gets the most disrespect. So like Jokic, for example. This is why I liked Mars's Jokic take, because Jokic is arguably, not mine, but arguably a top 3 player in the NBA. For some, he could be 1. Some he could be 2. And we talk about him like he's just like another one of those guys, like not this superstar that he is. Like I think that it's hard for some people to slap a superstar label on Jokic.
Yeah.
So like that's why I really like that answer. So that's kind of the route that I'm going with, like disrespect. Like they maybe they get their they get diminished in some way, or maybe even just like overlooking them, or like
Kyrie as well to be in.
I'm also.
What are you doing?
The glaring one.
I'll raise my hand.
The glaring one. I mean, and this has been for several years, is LeBron James. Like you know.
Yeah, but that's the low hanging fruit. I'm not gonna go there.
LeBron's been disrespected.
LeBron's
every
like
time.
The most hated and the most loved. It's just depending on where you are.
There are people that think certain guys are better than him, like all time, that are like not even near. You know what I'm saying? Like some people
Magic Johnson
disrespect his talent.
I think I'm one of those guys for sure.
Or
I could well, you know, my thing is the difference is like there's certain guys, there's certain guys that want to be loved and they're just not. And then there's guys like KD and even Bron, who I think more so KD, But I think they kind of took on that supervillain role, and they're really great supervillains because they're so good. Like I would say like KD's like the Bane of basketball. You know, like he's a supervillain, but he was really kicking Batman's ass. So it's like, you know, KD. I wouldn't put him in that category because I think he took on that supervillain role. I'm more so thinking about guys like Giannis who want to be loved, but people just can't. You know, they can't wrap their heads around it.
I
also
think.
think-
Oh,
Go ahead. I'll just go ahead.
AD. I think AD's the best answer. I think AD. I've never seen a man get called soft, get called terry cloth so many times for something that's not in his control.
I mean, don't get a ticket started.
Yeah, you feel me? So it's like it's the craziest thing I've seen. People call him soft, question his work ethic, and question his like love for the
I
game.
agree.
It's like,
Yeah.
it's like the dude can't control that his body's fragile.
Oh man,
You
he
know?
had a fever. He had a fever and went to the locker room. Fuck out of here.
Bro, come on. I hate.
You
I hate.
see?
I
A
hate.
whole fever. It's a whole fever. Come on, man.
Come on, bro.
You want to
I
get
hate
people
that.
sick,
I'm saying.
Stop,
You wanna get
stop,
people
bro.
sick?
Stop it, dog.
Bobby? If
I
I'm
don't
sick,
get it.
if I'm sick, I don't.
He
wanna
will. He
sit
said.
I
Oh
just
my
don't get
God,
it. We've seen AD.
Oh
we've
my
seen
god,
AD.
bro. That's so
y'all
disrespectful.
be getting on AD for being hurt. I remember
Oh,
people
man.
got on him for the Sun series. He was playing through the injury and played well, and then got hurt. Like he plays through a lot of injuries. It's not his fault that his body just be breaking down. Now I'll admit though, if I was LeBron's teammate, I would have a house right by LeBron. I'd be working out with LeBron every day because
Hell
LeBron takes care of his body. We know
Hell yeah.
that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if AD be working out with LeBron every day, but I would be doing that. But
Yeah.
still, like, you can't blame him for his body being fragile. It's always been that way. Always. Don't forget, he was a point guard in high school. You know what I'm saying? He just had a growth spurt. You know, that's not the body he wanted. You know, he wants to be a guard. He wants to handle the ball, but he got to be a big, and it's different. Banging down low with 300-pound dudes.
It's
You know, pause,
different.
but
Yeah.
That
you
shit
know,
is different.
it's a tough one.
Nah, you said right, banging down low with 300 pounds, dude, bro. It's different.
It's
Yeah.
taxing on your body.
Oh,
No
yeah.
doubt.
Grabbing rebounds, blocking shots, and
Boxing
then you
out.
have to boxing. Then you have to be a scorer as well.
Mhm.
You got to guard these dudes.
And the guard him being a post and perimeter defender.
And he does so much for that Lakers defense. Like people be sleeping on, like he has to go out there and guard the Jokic's. He got to switch on guard. He guarded Jimmy Butler the best in that fine. Remember that the bubble? He guarded Jimmy Butler the best out of all of them on that Lakers team.
Yeah,
because
because
he really got clamps like
because
that.
LeBron can't fucking lock down like that. Like I
Like,
told
'cause
you,
he-
stop
okay,
playing
'cause he
with
was-
me.
Hey,
That's
he
not
was
prime
ducking.
LeBron.
Because Bron was
LeBron.
ducking Jimmy. He was ducking Jimmy, so AD
That's
had
not
to do
prime
that.
LeBron. Let's not do this.
It don't matter, prime or not. He's still in the NBA. He ducking phase. He
What?
ducking phase.
I don't get it.
I don't
What-
care.
Why are we doing this? That's not prime LeBron. Let's not do that. Let's
Bro,
not do
because you.
that.
So I see how you are. You look for any excuse for LeBron. The same way Dale looks for any excuse for KD.
I'm not.
It's
I
like,
don't think
these
LeBron.
guys are so good. They don't need your help, bro. They don't need your help to find excuses for him. It's just
I'm not finding excuses. I just know LA LeBron is not prime LeBron. Like we know that's not the prime LeBron James. You know what I'm saying? Miami LeBron is
I'm trolling.
It's
I'm
different.
trolling. I got
It's
you.
different.
I was trolling. It's
LeBron's defense now is bad.
I'm not trolling. I'm dead ass serious.
Alex Campbell with the super chat. It's Jokic because AD has a good week, and suddenly people say AD better than him.
They do
I
that with
can- I can
Giannis
see
too.
that. I can see
They be
that, Alex.
comparing AD.
Yeah,
to
the
Giannis.
moment
That's
AD starts
annoying.
playing well, it's AD the best power forward in the NBA.
They gotta
start
stop
complaining-
doing that to Giannis.
Yeah, they start
man.
complaining to Kevin Durant or Kevin Garnett as soon as he has 30 and 10 two times.
He does. He does remind me of KG, at least on defense. In my opinion, I think he gives me KG vibes.
Yeah, I could see. I
100%.
could definitely see that.
100%.
He kind of reminds me of him like as a player. Even his career, he wasted a lot of his best years on a team that like didn't really go anywhere, just like KG. You know.
Yeah,
finally
I
got
always
the
say
one
AD
ring.
reminds me of Kevin Garnett, just in terms of player prototype.
Hey,
Oh,
yo.
yeah.
Where we going? Where we going? Bro?
But KG's still the better player.
Earthquake.
Yeah, KG's
earthquake,
better. KG is better than him. I agree.
Yo. All right, I wanted to.
They were gassing AD after that one ring. Oh man, they was on ADs.
I was
Hey,
saying
but
that
you-
AD's better than Tim Duncan nonsense.
That was
Fuck
crazy.
no. Hey, but y'all, I mean, AD was showing out. That big
Yeah,
shot
he
he
was.
hit against the Nuggets, you know, that was fire. It was a defensive breakdown, but AD still made the shot. So
Yeah, I don't know what the Nuggets was doing there, bro.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I want to give you guys a Christmas Day lucre wager. By the way, I don't know that we're going to have anything going on live as far as live shows go this weekend. So if you celebrate Christmas, go on, celebrate. Otherwise, you enjoy your weekend. But Player's Choice will probably not be live.
Wow.
I don't know if we're going to do Point Blank Saturday morning or not, but we'll keep you posted. Christmas Day lucre wager. I wanted to do, so the Suns play the Nuggets, the Celtics play the Bucks. I like this Devin Booker versus Jason Tatum points, unless someone else has a better Christmas Day wager. But I really like this one. I feel like this is a very close one in terms of their averages this season. I don't know. I like that one, stood out to me. So, all right, there you go. I want to take, we'll speak for Ron here. We'll take Devin Booker. No, you know what? Fuck Ron. We're taking Jason Tatum. You guys can take Devin Booker. If you want to send those through. Make sure you use the link below. Code Player's Choice on the Lucre app. It's about damn time with the super chat. Question, fellas, who had the better overall career so far, Harden or Westbrook? Shout out to the 60K. He wants PC. Keep going. Shout out to Mustard.
Thank you. Career is Westbrook. If we say who's a better player, Harden, but career,
how's Westbrook had a better career?
The triple doubles, like career, like accomplishments and shit, like the triple doubles is like that gives him so much.
I'll go Harden
for career.
I'll go Harden, and I also think Harden's gonna have a better like longevity with his career than Russell Westbrook.
But he doesn't
Westbrook
have it yet.
Already not.
He doesn't have it yet.
Westbrook's not even an all-star anymore. Westbrook's not
But-
an all-star anymore.
Harden don't have that longevity yet. We have to wait.
I mean,
for that.
you can argue that Westbrook, because he was the second best player on that team that went to the finals, and Harden's never.
But they were so young.
been
They
to
both
the
were not
finals
even
as a
like
key
in their
guy.
primes or anything yet. They were young at that point. Harden was coming off the bench, and Harden was still playing well. Like that was like his third year in the league. That was like a really very young.
Well, wasn't playing well in the finals. I remember that.
They did.
we
They
played
lost.
terrible in the finals,
Yeah,
but
he
he
was
was a
trash.
key Pete. He was a key Pete for their bench in the Western Conference. But I just think him having like damn near all those triple doubles. I mean that makes him have
Man,
a better
that shit
career.
was fake. We all know that
Stop
record.
doing that,
It's a
bro.
fake
It's a
record, man.
career. If it's a career accomplishment,
It's
thing,
not even
bro,
really
I
a
gotta
record.
give it to him.
He's
Huh?
not even really a record. He did
It's a
something that.
record.
No,
So
he
do
did
you
something
think
that has
Westbrook's?
to
Do you
be
think
broke.
Westbrook's had a better career than Chris Paul?
Then
If
who?
I'm saying career, possibly.
Why not?
Possibly
who?
he might have. Chris
Chris
Paul. I
Paul.
think Chris Paul's a better player,
Oh,
but Westbrook
Chris Paul, I think Chris
and
Paul.
no
I'll take
triple
Chris Paul.
doubles, bro. I'll take Chris Paul too, but
I think those guys were just better players for like a longer. When Westbrook was in his prime, Harden was in his prime and was clearly better. Well, not clearly, but he was better than
He was
Westbrook.
clear- he
but
was
this
clearly
goes to
better.
my point.
Probably
You can have
clearly
a-
too. He was clearly.
This
for
goes to
some
my
years.
point. You can have a better career than somebody who not be a better player.
But in this case, they played in the same era and they're still playing, right? It's not like one is played longer or before the other. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
like
it's hard for me
KD's
to
been
say
here.
Westbrook had a better career when he was worse, achieved less, and the only reason it's better because he got 10 rebounds a game.
And mind you, like when they were on their
Triple
own,
doubles is ridiculous.
Westbrook never got out the first round as the best player on his team. And
Yeah,
he
we got.
always folded all the time. I know Harden folded. Don't get me wrong, Harden be folding sometimes. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But Harden at least got to the Western Conference Finals. He pushed the Warriors 7 with Chris Paul. You know what I'm saying? Like Westbrook couldn't do nothing until, ironically, he got James Harden on his team.
We're
Like
not
then
going.
they went to the second
We're
round
not
and
going to talk
lost.
about how Paul George fumbled the bag against Utah.
What does that have to do
Westbrook
with
was selling
Westbrook and
too.
Harden?
Yeah, but it's not.
was
We're not
going
gonna like
right
Westbrook
there,
was
too.
having a good series. Westbrook was.
Yeah.
Westbrook was.
I'm gonna lock up
When
Ricky
he-
Rubio. Remember
when
I'm
he
gonna
was
lock up Ricky
when he was
Rubio, too.
allowing when he was trying to allow PG to be the best guy, they were losing. And then once Westbrook took the
Come on, man.
initiative to put the team on his back, they started winning games and the games were tighter. That's
No,
what
that's
happened.
not true.
But that
Okay,
was
then
one
what
season.
happened? What
The
happened
next
when
year-
they faced
the
Dame?
next-
What happened when they faced Dame? What happened when they faced?
Nah,
Dame?
the next year I'll give you that. I'll give you the
Yeah.
next year. I'll give you the next year. I'll give you the next year. But the first year,
How about
This
say?
one-
Yeah,
my thing
Westbrook
was-
just gets the love for going down swinging, but I mean,
He wasn't playing that great.
That's what James Harden gets his love for going down swinging winning because
people say he wasn't swinging. People say
but you keep whatever. No,
Harden does not get
when you talk about because you just said they took the Warriors to 7. That's love for going down swinging. What do you?
But that's better.
Why I mean
that's a love for going down swinging.
What I mean by going down swinging is when we're
comparing three players that really haven't accomplished anything of much significance in their careers, then we got to go off of stats and MVPs and stuff like that. So if that's all we have to go on, then I think it's obvious that we got Russ over James Harden.
Well, wait, but Harden, when he was losing to the Warriors, not only did he make it out the first round, he made it out the first round multiple times. He made it to the conference finals. He was a quarter away from making the finals.
Yeah, he
lost, but he faced the Warriors. No one was going to beat that team.
He had the point guard. He had the point guard on his team.
So then that's a loss.
Up 3-2 is because of the point guard.
That's actually why they lost. What? Come on, let's be honest.
No, they lost, bro. They lost.
Okay, man. I'm just saying it's a different way that Harden lost. Look at how he lost and who he lost to and when he lost. Westbrook lost to Dame and the Blazers in the round 1 and got outplayed. Westbrook was horrible in that series. He was
all right. So since we're okay for the lack of a better term, we're comparing two losers, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So for lack of a better term, I don't mean no disrespect to these guys because they're really really great players, But if we have to compare two guys that haven't accomplished much as far as like championships and things like that, once again, I think we got to go off of just stats and the fact that Russ averaged a triple-double almost 4 years straight is,
So Harden leading the league in scoring. Harden leading the league in scoring. Lead the league in scoring and assist, or not.
My thing, I hear you. But my thing is, neither one of them won doing those things. So I'm like, okay, what's more?
So who played better?
Impressive? What's more impressive? Russ. That's what I'm saying.
Westbrook played better than Harden.
That's what I said 4 times already, but
I don't think he was.
This
a
is
better
a
player
career argument.
And we're also talking about you're right. We're talking about the whole career. So if that's what I have to go off, I can't be like, oh, Russ got a ring, or I can't say Harden got a ring. All I can go on is their stats while losing.
Even James Harden has been an MVP candidate a lot more than Russell Westbrook has.
Okay, but who won? How many MVPs do each of them have?
One.
Okay, so
which MVP season was better? Which MVP season was better?
James Harden deserved the MVP Russell Westbrook got.
But did he get it?
How dare you?
Mars, did he get it?
How dare you?
This what I'm talking about. This what I'm talking about.
I don't even think Westbrook should have won MVP. I think it should have been Harden.
Yeah, you think that, but he still won it.
James Harden.
I don't care.
Russell Westbrook won an MVP because he averaged 2 more rebounds.
Awards matter to you.
It doesn't matter to you, but it matters to whoever gave him the MVP.
Dub, why are you going so crazy?
How dare you take that away from Russell Westbrook like that?
He has it. He has the MVP. I'm not taking it away from him.
Nobody's taking it away.
He has the MVP. It's on his resume.
Harden should have won. Yeah, he should have won that MVP over Westbrook. I agree.
I gotta go, James.
All right, let's get through these super chats. And I forgot to prepare you for this, Mustard. My bad. But we have to get your top 10 at the end of this as well.
I can't
top 10
believe
all-time list. So start thinking about that. Yeah. So, Alejandro Rodriguez, start with this one. Harden is still a 1 or 2 option in Philly, while Westbrook is a first option off the bench, i.e. Harden has had a better career. I don't know how that goes into the career argument, but...
Wait.
No. We don't gotta dive into this. We do not gotta dive into this. Bossman Johnson, I want to know why AD's career gets disregarded as if he was just some player before LA. I think in the context of this was people were talking about current AD. When we talk about AD's career, I feel like we do a pretty good job of giving AD his flowers for who he is as a player when you look at his entire career.
Bossman Johnson, LeBron should have won the MVP Harden got.
Brian Holiday. The Raptors are going to be really expensive in the next few years if they keep everyone together. Is it time to sell some pieces?
I think they need to trade Fred. That's my opinion. Fred VanVleet. I don't know why he's still there, in my opinion.
Alex Campbell. What's y'all's top 3 most waste of talent players? For example, Michael Beasley.
I'd say Andrew Wiggins, man. In Minnesota, they wasted his talent. I'm not gonna lie.
Waste of
It's going to be Luka Doncic in Dallas.
James Wiseman.
Boogie
Damian
Cousins.
Lillard
I mean,
in Portland.
Kevin
Well,
Garnett,
Kyrie.
actually. Kevin Garnett, I take that back. Kevin Garnett, I would say.
Yeah.
Boogie
Did he mean
Cousins.
waste of talent as in teams didn't like use them like
That's a
didn't
hard question, actually.
or they had so much potential and they didn't live up to it?
I think that's the one, Mars. But the other one is good too. I think I like that debate even more.
LeBron also. LeBron in Cleveland, the first run, that was a waste of time. I can't even lie. Just a waste of his time.
Boogie Cousins.
Yeah. I would say Tyreek Evans.
Anyone in Sacramento, to be honest.
Yeah.
Anyone.
Yeah.
Darren Fox is
anybody that
definitely
was
up
nice.
there as well.
No, he's not because we about
Now,
to go
D-Box
some-
is turning it
What are you
around.
talking
He's
about,
turning it
Dub?
around.
We right now.
Yeah, he's turning it around right now.
Yeah, we'll see what
And
happens
also,
next season.
it's not any Kings pick because we picked a lot of like terrible picks. You know,
Busts.
Jimmer
Fredette
Fredette,
was bad.
Thomas
Couple
Robertson.
Nick
That's his
Nick
name, Thomas
Stauskas.
Yo,
Oh,
the
wait,
Nick
wait.
Stauskas is crazy.
Oh, wait. My
McLemore.
bad. We forgot.
Ben
Oh,
forgot
bro,
the biggest one.
please don't say that name.
We
Bro.
forgot.
Please
We
don't say that.
forgot. We forgot the biggest one. Just the Knicks. All the Knicks players ever since Melo was gone.
Yeah,
All of them.
Tough.
that's a fact.
Okay. Mustard.
Was them.
Let's do it.
Top 10 all-time NBA players.
Oh, okay. Y'all want me to go 1 through 10 or 10 through 1?
However you want to do it.
You don't have to say 50 or 60 guys if you don't want to.
Oh, don't even worry. They not even there.
Hey,
Nah.
Don't be scared of the chat.
Oh, no.
The chat's gonna hate regardless, no matter what you say.
I would go number 1. Obviously, I gotta go Michael Jordan. I gotta go Michael Jordan at 1. Number 2, LeBron James. It's got to be the second greatest player of all time. My retired number 1. Who knows? Number 3, I'm gonna go Kareem.
fuck.
Number 4, I'll go Magic.
Fuck.
Good take.
Number 5. This is a tough one, but I'll probably go Tim Duncan at number 5.
Woo.
6, I go Shaq. 7, I go Kobe. 8, I'll go Steph now. Shout out to Steph getting in there. 8 was Steph. Where we at? 9?
9.
Oof. I'll go. Dang. I'll probably go Hakeem at 9. And then at 10.
Way to come back.
At 10, I'll probably go Larry Bird. Larry Bird is
I was
a
wondering.
tough one, man.
Larry Bird's been starting to get bounced out of a lot of people's top 10s.
That was a nice list. I don't agree with Steph, but I like that list. That's
that
You
wasn't
can
bad
swap.
at all.
You can swap Larry and Hakeem. Honestly, you can swap.
I don't hate your list. I think Magic's way too high, but other than that,
Yeah, my only gripe, I'm fine. I could live with Kareem at 3, even though I like fucking around with it. It's just any list with Magic above Kobe, I just absolutely hate.
Magic at 4.
I have a hard time with Magic at 4 and Bird at 10.
The
Like,
thing
I got Magic at 3, but
the thing with Magic is, I feel like it's really impressive to just come in the league and just start dominating the way that Magic and Duncan did and winning like that. And like those teams without Magic, it was clear he was the engine of those teams, and he quickly became the best player. And Kareem was on the decline. They were winning the last two the last 2 championships. Kareem was not the same player. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then when Kareem retired, like they still went to the finals. You know, and went up 1-0 on the Bulls, and obviously they lost in 5, but he still was consistently able to lead them to top 5, like one of the best offenses ever, even when Kareem was older. You feel me? And Magic,
how is that
people
not
sleep.
applied to Larry Bird? Like the coming into
Larry
the league,
Bird,
dominating, winning.
The thing with Larry Bird, my thing with Larry Bird is, for one, if you go a lot of those playoffs, Larry Bird was selling a lot.
Yeah, it was suspect.
He was selling a
early on,
lot.
It was suspect.
So, and on top of that, I think Larry Bird. I just don't think he was. Larry Bird had a great peak, but I don't think he was better. I don't think he was better than Magic Johnson as a player. I don't.
Yeah.
Magic's the better playmaker. Bird's the better scorer, but Magic
And defender.
Yeah, he is a better defender. But I still don't even think Bird's defense was so amazing to the point that like it makes up for what Magic was doing for those Lakers teams. And to be fair, Bird's longevity and Magic's longevity, it's really tough with them because they didn't have the best longevity.
They both had about
You know what I'm
10-ish years. That's
Yeah,
it.
but Magic did so much. Like he went to the finals 9 times. He has 5 championships. He has 3 finals MVPs, 3 MVPs.
Damn it, Mustard.
The West was mid. The West was mid.
Damn it,
the West
Mustard.
We don't gotta
bad.
get into
The
it, Dub.
West
We don't
was
gotta
bad.
get into it.
I like
West
this
is
guy
bad.
too. You know, I like this guy, and I had a lot of hope for him. And so then he's bringing up these accolade merchant stats, and I'm just saying here
It's
like,
not just
God,
that, but go watch the games.
damn.
Magic was able, like,
He had control
Magic-
over
Do you think
everything,
Do you think
100%.
Magic deserved his 3 MVPs?
yes, he did. Yes,
No
for
way
sure.
you think he deserved the
He
1990
did.
MVP.
Magic was
There's
the kind
no
of player, like,
way.
if you go and see what Magic was doing, like Magic, whenever there was a mistake from the defense, just whether a missed rotation, small little backdoor cut opening, like you see these passes that Jokic be making on a dime.
Yeah,
like,
Magic's the best passer ever, man.
Magic was doing that shit every play. Like he was creating advantages for his team every play, and it created such like a culture offensively. Like other guys looked a lot better. James Worthy played better. Kareem, the reason Kareem was able to last so long was because Magic was able to orchestrate an offense where Kareem just didn't have to do too much. He was able to age gracefully. And you see a lot of these bigs that age gracefully. They got guards and wings that can take care of so much offensive. Like Tim Duncan, he had Tony Parker and Ginobili at the end of his career. Granted, they didn't win. You know, that's another thing as much like at the end. But like Kareem was able to have that, you know what I'm saying? And Magic took care. And look at when Magic got hurt in his sophomore year. They lost. You know, look at what happens in like a lot of these situations where Magic don't play. They don't win. You know what I'm saying? So
finals.
I gotta go with Magic,
I mean,
man.
They lost the year after they went to the finals because Magic Johnson played terrible. And it's easy.
He did.
What,
He
84?
folded. He folded.
No,
before
80,
I-
81. 81.
But
right
all
now.
these
82,
players-
82,
No,
I think.
81 was the year they lost to Houston round 1. Magic was hurt that year.
All these
Oh, yeah.
players though do like they have choked. Like all of them have choked before. There's only one guy that you really objectively can't say choked like that outright, and that's Michael Jordan.
The thing with Magic I don't like about that is like you mentioned all of this. You put in this beautiful monologue about him and elevating and everything like that. My point is it's not really that hard to elevate when the supporting cast is really good. I mean, the supporting cast he had on the squad as soon as he came in. I mean, he had a Norm Nixon, a borderline all-star. Jamal Wilkes, a two-way guy. Michael Cooper, who was defensive player of the year caliber player. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was still in his prime. And just elevating, best player in the world. Elevating that team is not really that hard to do when you have all the pieces. And yes, he did help Magic Johnson ace gracefully, and I can't take that away. Magic did his part in that. And Magic is a top 10 player because of that as well. But we can't just sit here and act as if, like, James Worthy was going to be good with or without being on that Lakers team. Like that Lakers squad was going to be good regardless. It's just Magic Johnson. You're right. He put them on another level, but just putting top 4 above a guy like Kobe Bryant.
Look at Larry Bird though. Larry Bird. Oh, you talking about Kobe?
Oh, 100%. I don't care about Larry Bird. Kobe, Bean Bryant.
Oh man, here we go.
Kobe, the guy. He's had a longer.
He's about to say Kobe's overrated.
He's had a longer prime than Magic has had for a whole career. On top of that, you want to talk about
by about a year, but yeah.
I think Kobe
it's still longer, right?
No. The thing with Kobe for one, is great, and 4 through 6, 7, all that is kind of interchangeable. So I'm not mad that Kobe did peak really well, but Kobe to me, like for one, he played with Shaq. I'm not gonna just throw that away. He played with Shaq. Magic played with Kareem. You say, Magic played with Kareem, but Kareem at the end of his career, Magic was still winning. Like even when Kareem got old and wasn't the same player, you know what I'm saying? He still went to the finals. All that.
Kobe won with Powell.
Yeah, Kobe won with Powell, but the team. Even look at the teams they were beating, like the Utah Jazz with Darren Williams and Carlos Boozer. Like the duos they were beating were supposed to lose. Like they were not like great duos.
What was the 80s West like again? What was the 80s
West
like again?
I'm not gonna deny that the West was bad, but Magic still beat who came out the East. He won 5. He beat who came out the East. You know what I'm saying?
So did Kobe
Larry
won
Bird
5.
Celtics. He beat Larry Bird. He won 2. Kobe won 2 with Powell, correct?
Yeah, and Magic
won.
Magic won maybe 2, maybe 3 with Kareem that wasn't that good.
Yeah, when Kareem was Kareem, I think Kareem averaged like 12 points a game one year.
Yeah, 88 is Magic.
Now, granted, he had James Worthy as well, but I think James Worthy owes a lot of his career to Magic and Kareem. James Worthy was not bad. I'm not saying he was bad, but like, let's be honest, he's not as good as like a lot of other number 2s and number 3s that we could find in history. And Powell was really good. You know what I'm saying? He had Phil Jackson as well, just like Magic had Pat Riley. They both were in great situations. And I have no issue if you say Kobe is a better player, but I think Magic, he accomplished more. You know, he did more in a short period of time. He was great from the beginning, like literally from his rookie year as well. You know, so I got to give that to Magic, man. I got to. Same thing with Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan walked in the league from day one, top 10 player, and went from there. You know, I got to value that as well.
Bro, somebody said JD's ready for brunch.
I definitely got James Worthy.
Crazy.
I got Magic over Kobe, but I think James Worthy was better than Pau Gasol.
All right, I want to rip these super chats off, and then we got to bounce. NJ Dre, who's y'all all-time NBA finessers? I got Kawhi, Chandler Parsons, Julius Randle, Beal, Allen Houston. Huge fan of PC. Y'all make FS1 and ESPN look mid. Appreciate the compliment, bro. All-time finessers, bro. Yeah, Chandler Parsons. Come on.
James Wiseman for finessing a roster spot.
I think Chandler Parsons is in there. Oh, Duncan Robinson.
Oh, yeah.
What did Duncan Robinson do?
Get paid way too much to do nothing.
Oh yeah, easily one of the most overpaid. He's gonna get DMPs in the playoffs, and he's getting $90 million. That don't even make sense.
Duncan Robinson is like John Dillinger, a real bank robber.
Jehovah 17. You cannot be top 5 with one MVP. It's that simple. Bossman Johnson.
My top 5, so.
If longevity is a part of any of Dub's top 10 lists, why is LeBron not number 1? Context bender. All right, before we get out of here, one quick announcement. If you're in the Discord, you already saw this yesterday, probably. Maybe you didn't. If you did not see it, go to the Player's Choice category, the announcements text channel, and I posted PC Madness hosting an all-time song tournament, 64-song bracket. What they're going to do, and Shaq is going to be running this. We don't have the date and time yet, but that will get announced when we do have that. We're going to announce it in the Discord for sure, probably on all social medias as well, but make sure you are in the Discord just for any announcements. That's the easiest place to be. But there is a bracket that I've pinned to the chat. It's in the Discord announcement channel. You fill out the bracket, and there's prizes. First place could win $500, or it gets split among, if there's ties, whatever. But go read what I put in the Discord. Go fill out the bracket, and then just know that the announcement will be coming about the date and time later. Yo, Mustard, thank you so much for tapping in with us today, man. Plug all your stuff. I'm going to chat after this show. I'm going to put his YouTube channel in the description as well, so you guys can go over there. Make sure you subscribe to his channel.
Yeah. Well, also, y'all, I'm in that the music bracket. So y'all make sure y'all pick the right songs. All right. I can't tell you which one I am, but y'all just make sure to pick what's right. Pick with your heart. All right.
But yeah, man, appreciate it. Thank y'all for having me, man. Nice to just talk some hoops, and hopefully, there's some more love and respect put on James Harden, going forward in the future. But other than that, I had a good time, but y'all follow me on Twitter, YoungMustard23. That's really all I got to promote. You tell you gonna put my channel. Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to me. Appreciate y'all for having me. I love the pod. Glad to be here for real.
Yes, sir, bro. Appreciate it. Mars, any final words?
Trade James Wiseman.
Bobby.
Man, y'all happy holidays. Y'all make sure you enjoy yourself. Don't drink and drive. Call an Uber, a Lyft, a cab. You can call anybody anybody that love you. Don't let your friends drive drunk. You know what I'm saying? Oh, also practice safe sex. You know what I'm saying? It's the holidays.
Wow. That's a father easy, speaking. Luka Doncic for MVP. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe to other things, man. Y'all have a happy holidays, and we will catch you next Wednesday. Peace out.